Extremely exciting game today, man. Chelsea versus Brighton. And it won't be really easy for Chelsea, man. This won't be an easy tie for Chelsea because we know Brighton. They've already beaten Chelsea this week, right? Brighton have already knocked out Chelsea in the FA Cup. So right now, it won't be that easy for Chelsea, man. A lot of people think this is gonna be a walkover for Chelsea. Chelsea are gonna win anyhow, but I genuinely do think Brighton can get the 3 points today. Let's hope they do get the 3 points. Let's hope they do win today. And we just want to see like a great game today. I just genuinely want to see a great game. I think the team Chelsea have put out, Sancho has been dropped, man. Jaden Sancho dropped from the Chelsea team, and also their second choice, their main goalkeeper Sanchez, he's been dropped as well. But hey, their attack is still massively strong, man. Because you have Palmer, you have Neto, you have Nkunku. I think Chelsea they won't be struggling today, man. By far, they are the better team, and let's just see what this Chelsea team does, man. Let's just see what this Chelsea team can do today. I hope Brighton get over the line, but you can never ever write off a club like Chelsea, man. This won't be a walkover for this won't be a walkover for Chelsea because Brighton, not only are they motivated, but they are in great form, Brighton, man. They are in extremely great form. I'm still waiting for the Brighton lineup. Oh, here it is. Let me put it on the screen. Brighton, their lineup is officially out. Let me put it on the screen because I just want to see Chelsea lose today, man. Genuinely want to see Chelsea lose today. And let's see if Brighton can turn up. They turned up in the FA Cup. Let's hope they can turn up again today, man. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm genuinely begging for. And also just genuinely begging for a good game, right? Genuinely begging for a good game today, man. Let's see. Let me add the Brighton lineup on the screen as well because it's quite strong, man. It's quite strong. Brighton, they never miss sometimes, right? Of course, a lot of people see Brighton as the underdogs, this and that, but as a club, they're really growing from strength to strength. Brighton, man. I genuinely love how they're building up their club, Brighton. Like they're they're genuinely competing, Brighton. They are genuinely competing. They are genuinely serious, and their team, you can see that hey, they have some really good players, and of course Danny Welbeck. He's a guy I love. Yes, he's past his best, but he can still hurt Chelsea today, man. He can still hurt Chelsea. Matoma, Danny Welbeck. I think yeah, Brighton have really good players for today, man. I genuinely love this lineup. Let's just hope they do the job, man. You knocked Chelsea out of the FA Cup, and now it's time to send them back into the Conference League. I don't want Chelsea finishing in the top four, man. Let's hope Brighton just do us a favor and just win this game because they have been in great form. I've been extremely impressed with this Brighton team. But the Jaden Sancho situation, I don't know what people genuinely think, right? Is Jaden Sancho a flop at Chelsea? Is he flopping? Is he doing just how you expected? I think for me, Jaden Sancho, it's a complicated situation, man, because yes, the guy has talent, but you gotta show up week in, week out. So the Jaden Sancho situation, it's a complicated situation for me, man. I think based on the money Chelsea have paid for Jaden Sancho, I don't consider him a flop, man. They didn't pay a lot of money for Sancho, and the way he's been performing, it's worth a player that's what, 25 million. How much did Chelsea buy Jaden Sancho? It wasn't a lot of money, so I don't consider Jaden Sancho a flop just based on the money Chelsea paid for him, right? If Jaden Sancho was over 50 million and he was performing like this, then you can say, yeah, Chelsea messed up by buying Jaden Sancho. The guy's a flop, this and that. But right now, the guy was cheap. I don't even think the people at Chelsea will even care if he flops or if he does well because the guy was so cheap, Jaden Sancho. Yes, he has a lot of wages, right? The wages are the things that you ask the question. Okay, somebody over 200,000 earning over 200K performing like this, we have to reevaluate. But I think, hey, Jaden Sancho with time, he might improve, man. He might improve with time. He might improve. I'm also surprised that Reece James is not really starting for Chelsea, man. Reece James, one of their best players. If he's fit, you gotta start the guy, man. You gotta start the guy. But Enzo Fernandez, ah, he's been up and down. Enzo Fernandez, he's been up and down. Enzo Fernandez, because when Enzo Fernandez joined Chelsea, we saw him as, okay, this guy's gonna change Chelsea Football Club. Okay, this guy's gonna be like Paul Scholes for Chelsea. He's gonna carry that Chelsea team. And Enzo Fernandez, it genuinely hasn't happened like that, right? You can say that, hey, Caicedo has been better than Enzo Fernandez. So for me, Enzo Fernandez has disappointed a bit, right? He was a player where people saw him as the guy to carry Chelsea, as the guy to be the face of Chelsea Football Club, but it genuinely hasn't happened like that. And that's what's gonna happen with every player. You're either gonna get somebody that does well or somebody that underperforms. But I don't think Enzo Fernandez has underperformed too much. I think he's just been a 6 out of 10, right? Yes, there are some games he'll be an 8 out of 10. There are some games he'll be a 9 out of 10, but majority of his games are like 6 out of 10. He's For the talent he has, I expected a bit more, man, from Enzo Fernandez. I expected a guy that's gonna carry Chelsea, a guy that's gonna dictate the play, a guy that's gonna take them to the next level. And with Enzo Fernandez, I was thinking, wow, this guy, he might take Chelsea to the level where their midfield is dominating so much that, hey, they can be consistent enough to win another Premier League title. But for Chelsea to win another Premier League, they need way more players, man, because their goalkeeper below average, their defense is average. I think midfield, you can still add somebody next to Caicedo. You can still add a bit more people, right? And the attacking players they signed, they've been up and down, man. They've been up and down. Same situation with Jaden Sancho. He's been up and down. We thought Jaden Sancho will come in, take Chelsea to the next level, but it genuinely hasn't happened like that because Sancho, I genuinely thought he was gonna do well at Chelsea, right? There's still time, it's still a full season, but he came in as the guy that's gonna be starting every game. He came in as the guy that's gonna be the face of Chelsea's attack, right? Has he been Chelsea's best attacking player? You'd say a lot of Chelsea's attackers have been inconsistent, right? Nkunku, inconsistent. Neto, he's up and down. The only guy that's turning up is Cole Palmer, right? Turning up on a weekly basis. And even Cole Palmer, you start asking the question, hey, Cole Palmer in big games, he's nowhere to be found. So Chelsea's attack, we thought beginning of the season, we thought, wow, Chelsea, what an attack. What they have great players in the attacking positions, but it genuinely hasn't clicked, right? It genuinely hasn't clicked for Chelsea's attack. Yes, a lot of them have a lot of talent, right? We've already seen them loan out João Felix. João Felix, no doubt the guy has talent. But a lot of the Chelsea's attack, it hasn't clicked. We thought, start of the season, we thought, wow, João Felix, wow, Neto, wow, Nkunku. These guys are going to be scary. But it genuinely hasn't happened like that, right? There are some games where Chelsea are genuinely struggling to score goals. with an attack like this, you didn't imagine things like this. Wow, Chelsea are failing to score goals. Chelsea are finding it hard to get a goal. But I think based on the money they've spent, Chelsea have been underwhelming. To be fair, like I'm not hating. I'm not coming here to hate on Chelsea. Just based on the money they've spent, right? On in the past, what 3 2 seasons, their team is still a bit underwhelming, right? Based on if you spend over 1 billion, your team has to be like Real Madrid, man. You gotta have guys like Mbappe, guys like Vinicius Jr., guys like Modric in your midfield. But based on the money they've spent, I've been a bit disappointed with the quality in this Chelsea team, man. Because you even see that attack, Madueke, Neto, he's up, and Neto is gifted, man, but it hasn't clicked for these Chelsea attackers. Let's hope Brighton just send them to bed, man. We need Chelsea back in the Conference League. And for Brighton, for me, they've impressed because Brighton is that type of team where, yes, they'll fire a manager, but then they'll bring in another manager that does well. And I don't know how Brighton actually do that, right? They got rid of Potter. The manager after Potter did well. And then the manager right now is doing well. So Brighton, they just have a philosophy that keeps on delivering, man. They just have an ideology that keeps on delivering, right? Regardless of whether it's with the players or the manager. They sell players and then new players start delivering. They lose a manager and then the new manager starts delivering. So Brighton, they just have a philosophy that keeps on delivering. And at the top level, that's that's extremely important, man. That's extremely important in the Premier League. For you to survive, you gotta have a team that can compete against majority of the teams in the Premier League. And Brighton, they've found that strategy. They've found that philosophy that's gonna genuinely take them to the next level, man. And I just I just wish that hey, the scouting at Manchester United was a bit like Brighton because Brighton they do scout some good players. Even Caicedo, he's from Brighton. You've seen the quality that is coming out of Brighton Football Club. Even when they lose a manager, they still find unbelievable players. They still find unreal players. It's genuinely something to give credit to, right? You gotta credit Brighton for the level they've actually gotten themselves to, right? A level where you don't even expect Brighton to get relegated anymore, right? You expect Brighton to be in the Premier League in the next 10 years, in the Premier League in the next 5 seasons. That's how stable they've become, Brighton. So you gotta credit them. And today, I just hope my guy Danny Welbeck just sends Chelsea to sleep. He sends Chelsea to bed. My guy Danny Welbeck, my guy Mitoma. These guys, man, I just need a three goals today because I know Brighton can achieve 3 goals against Chelsea. The question is, can they defend? Can they keep a clean sheet? That's the only question I have for Brighton, right? Can you keep a clean sheet? We saw in the FA Cup they dealt with Chelsea comfortably. And today you just have to turn up, right? Matoma, I know this guy's gonna turn up for us. Send Chelsea to sleep. Just get us the 3 points, Brighton. And we just need these guys, Chelsea, to be back in the Conference League. That's the perfect scenario for me. Back in the Conference League. And it's shocking for me. The player that has surprised me the most is actually Reece James, man. Over the years, this guy, I thought, okay, yeah, when he broke through at Chelsea, I thought, okay, yeah, Reece James in the next 5 years, this guy's gonna be carrying this team. This guy's gonna be taking Chelsea to an unrealistic level, to a level that most teams would dream about, right? And the injuries for Reece James have actually made his career look average, right? I thought this guy was gonna have an unbelievable career, right? Based on his talent, Reece James, I thought, yeah, this guy's gonna have a lot of moments in the Premier League where he defines himself as one of the greatest right backs in the Premier League, in Premier League history. I genuinely thought Reece James, he had the talent to reach that status where you're one of the greatest right backs in the Premier League, but injuries have actually set him backwards, right? And a lot of Chelsea players, they come in and disappoint massively, right? Enzo Fernandez, I put Enzo on that Pedri category. Pedri at Barcelona, I put Enzo Fernandez on that category where I'm saying, hey, this guy is world class and this guy is going to be remembered as one of the greatest. I'm coming just now. Cause what do people actually define as greatness? For me, I think greatness is just consistency, right? Can you stay consistent at the highest level with talent? Talent plus consistency plus delivering. I view that as greatness in football, right? There are a lot of players that have had a lot of talent. There are a lot of players that have had insane ability, right? How many players in the Premier League have had that ability to just genuinely take over, to just genuinely go to that next level? For me, greatness, it's genuinely somebody that has consistency, right? I view that as greatness. Do you have the consistency to go to that next level? Do you have that consistency to keep performing, to keep delivering? That's what I view as greatness, man, because a lot of players, they have talent but they don't have consistency. And that's the thing some people are saying about Jaden Sancho. Hey, Jaden Sancho, he's got talent, he's unbelievable as a player, but does he have the consistency in the Premier League? In the Bundesliga, we saw a lot of consistency from Jaden Sancho. We saw a lot of performances where you would say, "Wow, this guy's playing like Messi," right? A lot of people compared Sancho to Messi when he was in the Bundesliga. You'll be like, "Wow, this guy's the next Lionel Messi." But in the Premier League, he hasn't been that consistent, right? Let's just be honest about it. And with Jaden Sancho, a lot of people, me included, right? I thought this guy was gonna kick on. I thought this guy was gonna be dominating the Premier League. I thought Sancho was gonna be the way Cole Palmer is right now. He was gonna be the next Mo Salah, where you're just getting a lot of goals, a lot of assists. You're just dominating. You're winning Player of the Month every month. That's what I genuinely thought when Jaden Sancho came to Manchester United. I was like, yo, we really have a player right here, because what he was doing in the Bundesliga, he was really popping it off, and it genuinely hasn't worked out. That genuinely happens with Bundesliga, right? When you get a player from the Bundesliga, either they'll be unbelievable or either they'll be up and down, right? Erling Haaland, he's been unbelievable for Manchester City. He's banged it. He's delivering, right? Yes, some people we may think, hey, this guy technically Erling Haaland, he's below average, but the thing, he's only there to score goals and he's achieving his main attribute. He's achieving what Man City brought him to do, right? So Jaden, I expected a bit more from him, but I still rate him as a player, though. I still rate the guy as a player. As a football player, Sancho is just based on talent, he has that talent. But consistency, we need to see consistency from this guy, Jaden Sancho. But Nkunku as well. Nkunku, it's actually scary because looking out from inside, right? Chelsea, their attack was looking scary at the beginning of the season. But then in Kunku, you start thinking about his injuries and saying, wow, okay, Chelsea, they've already lost Jackson. And in Kunku, he's like 3 or 4 games away from getting injured. So after this, Nkunku, if Nkunku gets injured, hey, Chelsea are screwed in the attack. I'm going to keep it real. Chelsea are screwed in the attack. Of course, they still have some players that can fill in, but yeah, their attack isn't really looking great right now, right? It started amazing, but if Nkunku gets injured and some of their players stop performing here and there, ooh, Chelsea, man, Chelsea. I, I don't. I think Chelsea will be in a top six fight, right? Of course, Man United are out of like a top eight fight. They're out of the top six fight. We're out of a lot of discussions. But Chelsea, I see them going back into the Conference League because you're one Nkunku injury away from being a mess. Let's say Nkunku or Caicedo gets injured. I think that's Chelsea's season done and dusted. I'm not saying Nkunku has been brilliant this season, but I'm just saying he's one of your strikers that you can play, that you can rely on because Jackson is already out, right? Jackson is already out. So Nkunku, he's a guy that you can genuinely say that, hey, we have somebody for the long term. We have somebody for the season uh that can turn up, right? If you're a Chelsea fan, you're looking at this situation and saying, "Yo, our team isn't as good as we thought in the beginning of the season because right now Sancho is in bad form, Felix is gone, so their attack, you only have Cole Palmer that you can genuinely rely on week in, week out. Madueke, is he a good player? I don't really think so. So the Chelsea attack is there for the taking, man. It won't really cause Brighton any real issues today. I don't really think so. Brighton, you're calm, you're comfortable for this game. Just dunk on these guys, just end these guys' season. Top four is already gone for Chelsea, man. I said this a few weeks ago. Hey, Chelsea, they're not making top four, right? They'll be lucky if they even make top six because I see a decline in Chelsea from now. From now to the end of the season, they might win this game somehow, but there will be a lot of games when we play Chelsea, Man United versus Chelsea. I see us getting something out of that. Yes, Man United have been horrible, but when that game actually comes through, Man United versus Chelsea, I see us getting something out of this team, especially if Jackson is out, especially if Jaden Sancho is still in bad form, especially if a lot of these players are underperforming like this. And let's hope, hey, Sanchez will play against Manchester United because that will give us more confidence. But right now, it's just about, hey, let's see what these guys genuinely do. I'm all Brighton in, bro. I'm all Brighton in. And next season, do people see Chelsea literally competing? Of course, Chelsea, we know that, hey, summer transfer window, they're going to spend like crazy. Their owners, they're just spending like crazy, but they're spending with no vision. They are spending with no real plan, right? Chelsea are just buying and then selling a few months later, right? You buy Joao Felix, then loan him out in January. There's no real plan with Chelsea. You're just buying any new shiny toy. Ooh, that guy looks good. Let's buy him. Ooh, that guy looks great. Let's buy him. There's no real plan with what from me as a fan looking in. I'm not a Chelsea fan. From me as a Man United fan looking in to Chelsea, I'm just seeing disorganization, man. I'm just seeing a lot of disorganization because you're just buying anyhow. Ooh, this guy looks great. Let's buy him. Oh no. Okay, he hasn't done well. Let's sell him again. So there's no genuine plan with Chelsea's transfer policy, man. You're just you're just moving anyhow right now, right? And it's kind of shambolic for Chelsea Football Club to actually be this poor, man. You're so poor board level wise. I think board level wise, it's a mess. Man United are way better than this. I think, hey, yes, people may not like Sir Jim Ratcliffe, but at least the guy has a plan. At least the guy, he's getting in people like Omar Barada that have a plan. Jason Wilcox that have a plan. With Chelsea, they're just buying any player that fits the bill, man. Ooh, this guy looks great. Let's bring him in. At least Man United, we got a plan, man. Yes, we're in the bottom half of the table. Yes, we're not really spending that much money, but Jason Wilcox, this guy has a plan. Omar Barada, this guy has a plan. You can see the players they're signing, right? Players like Diego Leon, this guy, young, talented, for the future, right? And he's a guy that fits the manager's system. With Chelsea, they're just buying anyone. They even wanted to buy Garnacho, right? So you're just buying anyone, anytime, anywhere. You're just going for anyone, any new shiny toy. With United, I know people hate Sir Jim. Ooh, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Yes, the man is a cheapskate. Yes, the man is up and down. Yes, the man with his other club, it's it's disorganized, extremely disorganized. But at Man United, Sir Jim, he's literally showing up with a plan, right? Because he's not really the guy doing the transfers. It's Jason Wilcox. It's Omar Barada. So him, Sir Jim, yes, the guy's a cheapskate, but Man United, we do generate a lot of money as a club. You don't need your owner to actually pump in some money. We've seen that over 10 years with the Glazers. The Glazers have never pumped in any money. We're still spending. We're still buying guys like Paul Pogba. We're still breaking the the transfer fee, right? When Paul Pogba came to Man United, I think that was a world record transfer fee. So yes, we're disorganized. We have our cheapskate as our owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. But I'd rather have Sir Jim over what Chelsea have, because the owners at Chelsea, these guys are a mess, man. I'm going to say this right now. Yes, they're spending a lot of money, but it's like they're playing FIFA. They're just spending anyhow. Spending anyhow. Yes, I'm not all for Sir Jim. Everybody knows that, hey, I wanted the Qataris. Qataris were the main guys, man. Qataris were what I was praying for Man United. And unfortunately, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he came into Manchester United because the man has connections. He has connections. Obviously, him and the Glazers, they understand each other. They speak the same language, right? He obviously gave them a long-term plan that made most sense to the Glazers. The Glazers are businessmen, so they're gonna see the interest fees Sir Jim Ratcliffe uses to buy the club as more profitable for the Glazers. It makes more sense. The deal makes more sense than what the Qataris were offering. And unfortunately, Sir Jim is here. We gotta just hold it. We gotta just accept it. Unless people riot, the guy is not going anywhere. Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So yeah, I'd rather have Sir Jim over what Chelsea have, because the Chelsea owners, they're not even football fans, to be honest. At least Sir Jim Ratcliffe, this guy watches football. This guy idolizes people like Eric Cantona, this and that. With the Chelsea owners, these guys are just like the Glazers, man. I'm telling you, they're worse than the Glazers. They just see Chelsea as a way to market, right? I think it's just a marketing scheme. But hey, for today's game, I just want Brighton to do their job. Do your thing. And for me, I would have loved Man United to go for Mitoma, man. This guy, especially maybe like 2 seasons ago, go for Mitoma. I think he would have been great for Man United. Yes, a lot of people don't rate Mitoma, right? But just imagine the guy at Man United. He would be better than what we have, right? He would have been genuinely a bit more consistent than the players we've had in the past. Mitoma at Man United, that's, yes, it's a bigger level, but he would have done something, right? He would have been a bit more consistent. And with Matoma, you can see that the guy, he only focuses on football, man. No other distractions about this, no other distractions about that. The man is just focused on football, and he has some talent. He has some talent, but also he's a team player, right? He's not really that selfish, Matoma. Yes, there'll be some moments where he wants to dribble and then shoot on his own. But the main thing is that, hey, Matoma, this guy is a team player. We've seen at Man United so many guys that are just taking the club backwards, right? Selfish individuals. I know Martial, sometimes Martial was unbelievable, right? talent wise, he had talent. But the guy barely achieved a lot at Man United. He underperformed. If we're being honest, Anthony Martial, I love the guy, but we need players that genuinely turn up. And I think Mitoma at Man United could have been like Mo Salah at Liverpool. He would have just been getting GA, this and that and this. You just build a team around Mitoma at Man United. That would have been a crazy, crazy scenario because on the left hand side, we genuinely haven't had anybody that amazing, right? I would put Matoma is way better than Garnacho. I know a lot of people, we love Garnacho, Viva Garnacho, but Matoma is a different level, right? Matoma would be more consistent. He has more experience. So he would offer more than Garnacho at Manchester United. I genuinely believe that. Matoma, man, this guy, if you signed him 2 seasons ago, he would have contributed so much for Manchester United. And that's the thing I cry about every day. Why aren't you going for Frankie De Jong? Why aren't you going for Mitoma? Guys that can perform week in, week out, man. Even some of the guys Real Madrid have signed. A guy like Endrick. I don't know why Manchester United were not going in for someone like Endrick, someone like Andre Goulet. Those are the young talents you're supposed to be going for, Manchester United. And it hasn't genuinely happened. With United, you're up and down every season. You're not really contributing, not really going up a level, right? And at this stage, I can't even blame managers anymore because a lot of our players are below average. Let's just be honest. Some of our players lack consistency. There's no consistency. There's no reliability. They're just up and down every season. Every season, you know what to expect. Okay, this guy, he'll perform. Maybe 2 out of 10 games he's going to perform. We've seen it with our attack, right? Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zerski. They're up and down. They're up and down. Inconsistent. Every position, we have inconsistent players. At least defense, you're getting a bit of stability because defense, I think Lenny Yoro was a great signing. Yes, Delit was a great signing. Mazraoui was a great signing. I think Maguire this season, he's a bit better, but you can see that, hey, still we're still conceding goals. With a better defense, we're still conceding a lot of goals. Negative goal difference, Manchester United. So I think it's still a mess for Man United, but hey, Chelsea, the thing about Chelsea is that, hey, they spend their way out of problems, right? They see a problem, then spend their way out of it. Of course, they fired Pochettino immediately. And I think that was the right decision. They fired Pochettino immediately. Yo, you're not delivering. Get out, go. But sometimes you never know. You never know, huh? With Ruben Amorim, you gotta keep the guy, right? Obviously, some people would say, hey, if Ruben Amorim doesn't win the Europa League, you gotta fire him. But let's see what the man does with his own players, right? We know that, hey, at Man United, how many people rate the players we have? So if us as fans, we don't rate the players, how is Ruben Amorim supposed to compete? How is Ruben Amorim supposed to deliver, right? You got a basic attack, you got a basic midfield. How are you really supposed to compete? And I think this team, based on the position, I think that that's the quality we have though. Because midfield, do we really have a lot of midfielders that you can say, wow, this guy is genuinely world class? I think in 10 years, this guy will be on that Iniesta level. This guy will be on that Xavi level. We don't really have that type of a midfielder at Manchester United where you say, wow, this guy is genuinely world class. I really think this guy would be an old timer, a world class. But at Chelsea, they have midfielders that you can say, yo, with a bit more with a bit more time, someone like Caicedo, someone like Enzo Fernandez, these guys are gonna be world class. But at Man United, you look at the midfield and say, oh, yeah, I think, yeah, this guy has reached his level, man. This is his level, right? He's not improving. But at Chelsea, you can see some type of quality. You can see that, hey, Enzo Fernandez, if it really clicks, this guy can be scary. Caicedo, if it really clicks, this guy can be scary. So Chelsea, they have some players where they can reach a world class level. Cole Palmer, this guy can be scary, right? But at Man United, how many players can you say, okay, wow, this guy at his best, this guy can be scary? It's not really, you can't even say over three players at Man United can reach a level where they're the best in the world, right? They're the best in the world at that position. For me at Chelsea, I can say Cole Palmer, he'll be the best in the world at his position. Enzo Fernandez, he can be the best in the world at his position. At Man United, you don't have players where you can say, wow, this guy's going to be the best in the world in his position. Even Andre Onana, you can't even say, oh, Andre Onana is going to be the best goalkeeper in his position. The guy makes so many mistakes, you can't even back him long term, right? So at Man United, I think we still have a lot of work to do. Transfer window, you gotta be active. And this thing of Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming out to say, no, we gotta buy to sell this and that. You gotta do this and that. It doesn't really make sense because you can see that, hey, a real owner, he looks at the position of the club and says, no, 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 no. I'm gonna invest my own money. This thing of buying to, you gotta sell to buy, it doesn't really make sense. Man United are in the bottom half. We gotta, bro, I think maybe only Lenny Euro, for me, like only Lenny Euro can be like, ah, he's gonna be a world class, like genuinely world class, best in his position. Kobe Maino, Garnacho, Bruno, Ogarte. I think only Lenny Euro you can say, hey, this guy's gonna be the best in his position. Because if you compare Kobe Maino to someone like Pedri, he's not reaching that level. Like being the best in the world, Kobe Maino, will he reach a level of someone like Pedri? I don't really think so. Yes, Garnacho, Kobe Maino, these guys are talented, but for them to reach a level where they're the best in the world at their position, ooh, it's gonna be hard, bro. At least Lenny Euro, you can genuinely see him in a few years saying, hey, this guy's gonna be the best defender in the world, right? With Kobe Maino, Garnacho, it's looking at the competition they have. Ooh, I don't see Kobe Maino surpassing someone like Pedri, surpassing someone like Valverde. These guys are miles ahead of Kobe Maino, miles ahead. Someone like Pedri from Barcelona, he's miles. Kobe Maino isn't reaching that level, bro. Garnacho, some of the wingers were even talking about somebody like Cole Palmer. Will Garnacho reach a Cole Palmer level? I don't really think so, right? Maybe at their best, you have a point, bro. We have to wait and see, but there's still a lot of work for Man United, our team, man. There's still a lot of work for our team before we're competing for something because the vision, we already know the vision from these guys. So Jim Ratcliffe and the board, we already know what their vision is, right? They told us, hey, in 3 seasons, we're gonna be challenging for the Premier League. So to challenge, you gotta have a team of consistent players. Yes, some teams that challenge, they don't have all right world beaters, bro. They don't have world class players in every position, but they have players that can genuinely compete, that can genuinely take them to that next level. And that's what we need at Manchester United. Players that can genuinely take us to that next level. And it's been a while, right? I'm going to be realistic. It's been a while since we've had players that are genuinely consistent week in, week out, right? Consistent enough to win the league. That's what I'm talking about. Not just being consistent enough to win the Premier League, consistent enough to actually do something long term, to actually perform and be players that a lot of people are proud of. Yeah, I think with players like Kobe Maino, Garnacho, they still have like a lot of developing to go for us to put them in that Iniesta category, in that Xavi category. They still have a long way to go, bro, because those players were unbelievable. For you to be called world class, you have to be better than majority of the midfielders, majority of the players in your position. That's what I see as like a world class, right? Obviously, Mo Salah, they call him world class because he's consistent, right? Yeah, true. At the top level now, I think the quality has just dropped in football, right? You can see generations after generation, the quality is just dropping, dropping, dropping. And I think money has a lot to play in that, right? At a young age, players already have insane amounts of money. So they don't really need to do extra hard work training. They don't need to perfect themselves. They're already driving a Lamborghini in the academy. They're already driving a Porsche in the academy. So they don't really need to hustle for the money they make. And that's, I think the money has reduced the quality in the Premier League. Yeah, it has genuinely reduced the quality in the players because now, hey, a player in the academy, he already has millions. He doesn't really need to do a lot to improve his game, right? He already has a fancy house. He already has a fancy car. So before the players, you have to reach your 30s to get a fancy car. You have to reach your 30s to get a contract like that. But now football in the academy, you already have a fancy car. You already have a car that's that costs over 1 million and things like that. So I think the money in football has really declined the quality because before players like Iniesta, they were only getting paid what the academy players are getting paid in their 30s. Just imagine that, right? An academy player is getting paid than players like Messi when they were winning Ballon d'Ors. That's actually crazy because there's this other academy player when Xavi Simons was in the academy. This guy was getting paid more than most of the players in the world. Right? He had sponsors on Instagram, sponsors with Adidas or something. So they already have insane sponsors which are paying them millions. So they don't really need to do a lot. Somebody like Xavi Simons, he was getting paid more than Messi was when Messi was in his 20s. That's actually crazy. Even when Messi won the Ballon d'Or, he wasn't getting as much as Xavi Simons. When Messi won his first Ballon d'Or, he wasn't making as much as Xavi Simons was making in the academy. So you can see that, hey, money is really destroying the game, man. Because now players, hey, you're already rich in the academy. What's the point of working harder, man? Before players, they needed to work harder because they knew, yo, if I don't work harder, I won't get that $1 million contract. That's what they want. That those millions, right? I won't get that million contract, right? That contract with a lot of money. You had to work for that, but now academies are just giving them out for free, right? Academy players, they got sponsorships with Adidas, this and that. Adidas are paying them millions, this and that. It's genuinely ruined the game, and that's why players, they don't really need to do too much to make some money, man. It's genuinely ruined the game. But for today, hey, I see Brighton just dunking on these guys again, man. I genuinely hope that that does happen. And with the Premier League, we're seeing like a shift in the Premier League, right? Clubs like Brighton, I see them okay with a bit more resources. I see another Leicester City story. When Leicester City won the Premier League, I see a story like that for Brighton. But it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna genuinely take a lot for Brighton to win the league. I think they can have a story like Leicester City, but the other teams have to be having a poor season. Teams like Arsenal, teams like Man City, teams like Liverpool, they have to fall off a lot for teams like Brighton and Newcastle to win the league. I see Newcastle winning the league in the next 10 years, right? Because they are building a really strong squad. If they build, because they're building step by step, step by step, step by step, right? And Newcastle in 10 years, either I see them finishing like second or I see them winning the Premier League. Newcastle, they are really serious, especially their new owners. I think if Eddie Howe doesn't really deliver them a Premier League, they will fire him in the next 3 seasons, man. I genuinely think that's how serious Newcastle are. But hey, Premier League, it's the money that's actually destroying the game, man. It's the money that's destroying the game because hey, all these players have money now, so they don't need to entertain the fans to make the money. They already have the cash. They already have the money. Before, I heard what's this Postco's saying this. Hey, Postco's are saying, hey, some of these basic players are making more than me, and that's actually crazy to think about, right? That's actually crazy to think about because even some players on the bench for Chelsea right now are making more than Paul Scholes was making in his prime. That's actually crazy to actually think about. So the money in football has killed the motivation in football, if that makes sense. Before, players were extremely motivated to perform, to get that bag, to hustle. But right now, they already have the millions. Why do I need to hustle, man? It genuinely doesn't make sense. Someone like Jao Felix, he was making millions before he even turned what, 20 or something. So some of these guys are already millionaires before they turn 20. It's crazy, man. It's actually crazy. So for old players, players like Paul Scholes, they had to reach their 30s before they were even thinking about millionaire status. Of course, they were still making a lot of money, but to make over 10 million before you're 20 years old, that's crazy. That is actually crazy. And football, that's what's killing football right now. And you can see Saudi already. Saudi are bringing in more money. Someone like Duran, he's going to Saudi for the money. I don't even judge him for going to Saudi for the money, but you can see what money is doing to football. Now, players, hey, they don't even care about Premier League anymore. They're going to Saudi for that money. If Durant can do it, a lot more players will do it. Someone like Mitoma, he rejected Saudi because the guy just loves being at the top level, right? You can see Mitoma, the guy is just about, hey, he's just about his football. Money doesn't really matter. That's why I was saying, hey, someone like Mitoma, he has the mindset to be at Man United. These are the players you should be actually going for. Because for somebody to reject that Saudi money, obviously Saudi, they were offering Matoma over 500 million contract, right? You make $500 million to be in Saudi. For you to reject that, it means you have a mentality, and it means that, hey, you're not playing football just for money. Matoma should prove that. Someone like Mbappe, he proved that, hey, he's playing football for the love of football. Mitoma, he's playing football for the love of football. So guys that reject Saudi, you know that, hey, they have the right mindset. Someone like Mitoma, bring him to Manchester United because this guy has the mindset. It's not about money for him. It's about being the best. It's about being at the top level. So I don't know why Manchester United are hesitating to bring Mitoma to Manchester United, man. He would do so much for this club, man. Matoma at United, he would be scary, and he has the mindset. That's the most important thing. Yes, some people may not think he's technically gifted, this and that. Even if Matoma is a squad player, he would be better than someone mentally. He has the mindset to make it at Manchester United. Some of these players at Man United are failing because mentally they don't have that mindset. You can see how many players at Man United are failing. I'm not saying a lot of them have talent, right? A lot of players at Man United, we buy them with talent. It's just mentally they don't have that mindset to go all the way, to be consistent, to be the player people actually want to watch, right? So Mitoma, man, that's the guy. It was a no brainer for Man United. Man United, you getting Matoma was a no-brainer. That man should have been at Manchester United by now. I don't know why you're hesitating. I don't know why you're taking your time. He's the type of guy that takes Manchester United. He genuinely, not only does he bring personality and leadership skills, because Matoma is also a leader. Some people don't see that. Matoma would bring leadership skills, he would bring consistency, and he would bring mentality as well. The guy has the mentality. Yeah, they should be Man United. They have the mentality, bro. They have nah 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 nah. Matoma, it's just because the guy is playing with basic players, bro. Look at this. A lot of people say, hey, Matoma is just another Rashford, right? But Rashford doesn't have the mentality of Matoma, bro. And with Matoma, Rashford is a bit more selfish. With Matoma, the guy, he's a team player as well, right? And I don't know why people, you're rejecting Matoma when Man United, we only have like 4 attacking players. We only have 4 decent attacking players at Manchester United. We only have 4 attacking players. So Jim Ratcliffe let us down in the transfer window. I think if Matoma comes, he's a guy you bring in. I don't really think Garnacho is ready to be starting week in, week out. So Matoma, he should have been that guy you bring in so that hey, he teaches Garnacho a few things. Yeah, that's the only thing. The price of Matoma would be the only issue, man. The only issue. But what I was saying is that, hey, you should have bought Matoma before his contract extension. I think before his contract extension, the guy would have went for 30 million or something like that. So Matoma was there for the taking. Imagine Matoma for 30 million. That would have been a bargain. But Garnacho doesn't get the job done in every game, bro. That's what I'm saying. With inexperience comes inconsistency. Consistency is what we need in the team, bro. Just bring players that have consistency. You see what Mo Salah brings to Liverpool. Yes, Mo Salah, we can argue that, hey, is Mo Salah technically unbelievable, right? Some people would say no, some people would say yes, but Mo Salah brings Liverpool consistency. Mo Salah, you know that, hey, by the end of the season, this guy would have 30 GA or something. With our players, it's only, you don't know what to expect. So at Man United, you need consistent players like a Mo Salah, man. Like somebody like a Mo Salah that can take you to the next level. Yeah, we do need like a right wing back, but that's already sorted, bro. We already we already have a done deal, right? The right wing back from Sporting Lisbon, he's coming young. He's already played with Ruben Amorim, so we already have that position sorted, bro, for next season. But for this season, looks like we just have to struggle with Diego Dalot, right? We just have to keep Diego Dalot. Oh, bro. More than 4. Bro, because Josh, yes, the players you've mentioned, They might have some talent, right? But do they have consistency? The answer is no. The answer is no, right? Yes, Mo Salah, we might call him a pen merchant, this and that, but the guy brings Liverpool consistency, and his goals win Liverpool trophies, right? At the end of the season, this guy Mo Salah is going out with 30 GA, this and that, dropping a lot of goals, dropping a lot of assists, and that helps his team win trophies. Nah, Chelsea have to drop to 14th for Jaden Sancho to come back, and that's not really happening. Looks like Jaden Sancho is staying at Chelsea. Looks like Jaden Sancho is staying at Chelsea, but I think, yeah, Man United fans, we love our players, right? But we can't say, hey, we have any player that is consistent enough to win us a league. Maybe only defense. Martinez was a guy I was going to say, yeah, Martinez, this guy has some type of consistency, but then the injuries of Martinez really makes you say, oh, okay, cool. But some of these teams are still developing, bro. With Chelsea, I think they will. It's hard to say, man, because their board is also up and down. The Chelsea board, you can see these guys are money men. You never know what to expect, but yeah, Chelsea, Liverpool do get a lot of penalties, but hey, let's be realistic, bro. Mo Salah is scoring more than penalties. He's scoring more than penalties because for us, if we're saying, hey, penalties are the reason Mo Salah is Mo Salah, we should have been saying the same thing about Bruno. Bruno Fernandes should have been competing with Mo Salah as well. I'd say Ahmed is inconsistent. That's what I'm saying. All all our players, there's lack of consistency. There's no player that genuinely has consistency week in, week out, game after game. We just don't see it, bro. We just don't see that consistency where they're turning up no matter what, right? If you are the type of guy that bets, you're betting on this guy, okay, he's gonna be consistent the whole season. He's gonna get me 30 GA. There's no player in our squad where you can say, hey, he's gonna be consistent the whole season. Our players, it's like, hey, one game he's turning up, and then the next 3 games, lack of consistency. They don't show up, they don't do this, and that's majority of the team. That's why we're in the bottom half of the table, man. You can't even say, oh, it's only one player that's inconsistent. It's our whole team. That's why we're in the bottom half of the table. The game is about to start. Excited for this one, man. Excited for this one. Let me turn on. Extremely excited for this one, man. Can Chelsea lose this? I hope they do. Oh, we need a dub from Brighton today, man. You might be right, bro. You might be right. You might be right, man. You might be right. But with United, I think every fan is tired of us underperforming, man. That's the only thing we can all agree on, man. We can we can have discussions about, hey, are the players world class or not? But I think every United fan is tired of us underperforming. We're tired of Man United not really doing anything, of Man United not really being competitive, right? You're seeing clubs that, like Liverpool, right? Your one of your biggest rivals, Liverpool, are competing. One of your biggest rivals, Man City. Yes, Man City have fallen off, but they were competing. So we're tired. You're right, bro. We have too many moments on paper. Players, bro. Good players. And we shouldn't be too scared to sell any of these guys, bro. Like, if they're not performing, they gotta go. We have to build a team that can compete, that can actually compete with Liverpool, compete with Man City at their best. Come on, let's hope Danny Welbeck gets a go today. I think that's just what I'm praying for. Danny Welbeck with a goal. And that's the same situation with me, bro. Like, I don't care if the players we sell do well afterwards. It's as long as we get somebody that can compete. Look how many. Yeah, I know Liverpool get a lot of penalties, bro. Yeah, a lot of fans just keep hoping. It's an illness sometimes. Sometimes just hoping that hey, Man United do something, this and that, that and this. We just hoping that it will work eventually. Oh, maybe it'll work out. Oh, maybe this guy will turn good. Oh, maybe he'll start performing next season or the other season or the other season. That's what we did with Victor Lindelof. Oh no, maybe. Oh no, maybe. Oh no, maybe. And also Harry Maguire to some extent. Oh no, maybe. Oh no, maybe. So we keep doing this with a lot of players. Oh, maybe they'll turn up next season. Oh, maybe they'll do this. Th- yeah, yeah. The last minute penalty, they do get a lot of last minute penalties, Liverpool, but let's not act like that's the only thing they do to win trophies, bro. Because these guys, Liverpool, they've been competing for such a long time now, right? It's not only because of penalties, bro. I would love for Liverpool to fall off. I would love for these teams to fall off. Thank God Man City have fallen off this season, but as Man United fans, you can't even enjoy the Man City fall off because we're in the bottom half of the table. That's the that's the realistic situation, right? You can't even enjoy Liverpool fall off. Sorry, Man City's fall off because we're in the bottom half of the table. Yeah, with Liverpool, it just looks like hey, they will win the league. Liverpool, that's more than certain, man. The way they're going, unless a miracle happens, Liverpool are winning the league, man. Because already they're what 7 points ahead, and are Arsenal consistent enough to challenge Liverpool? I don't really think so. I can still enjoy. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Man City fall off, man. I was there laughing at them losing to Real Madrid. Let's go. The game has started, man. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Brighton. Come on, Brighton, man. Just do us a favor and end these guys quickly. End Chelsea quickly. Because I just need some type of happiness because Man United our season has been horrible. Just watching other teams fail and fall makes our season a bit better, man. I know our season has been horrible, but just watching the misery of Man City and Chelsea, it'll make our bad season feel a bit better, man. Unfortunately, Arsenal and Liverpool are doing okay this season, so you can't really be happy for their downfall. But hey, Chelsea, we can celebrate some Chelsea downfall today. Brighton, is it gonna be a back-to-back win against Chelsea? Let's see. We might see a back-to-back win against Chelsea. Come on, Brighton, man. Come on, Brighton. You've already knocked these guys out of the FA Cup. It's time to to end them again, man. It's time to end Chelsea again, man. You've already knocked these guys out of the FA Cup. Let's try and end these guys again, man. But hey, with Chelsea, you always expect them to start like this. They're gonna start trying to dictate the tempo, trying to dictate the possession, trying to dictate against Brighton. Obviously, Chelsea, they've learned from their mistakes, right? In the previous game, we saw like in the FA Cup the mistakes they were making in midfield, and it was lackluster from Chelsea in the FA Cup. I think right now, let's see how world class Enzo Maresca is, because if he doesn't learn from his mistake, then it just shows us, hey, this guy is just a mediocre manager, right? He's just another manager that just living off Pep Guardiola, right? So let's see if Enzo Maresca learns from his mistake, because you've already played Brighton. You played Brighton this month. So if you can't learn from your mistake as a Chelsea manager, then hey, he's just wasting time, man. But Chelsea have started well, man. They have started well, but we saw Brighton do this against Manchester United. When Brighton beat us, we saw them do this. Okay, they'll just compact, waiting for these guys to make a mistake, and then they hit you. That's what Brighton are gonna do. They're gonna stay compact. They're gonna You're gonna play like this. Chelsea are gonna play like this, but then eventually they will make a mistake for Brighton to capitalize. Ooh, ooh. This is a great counter. Cole Palmer over the bar. Cole Palmer, man. In a few seasons, I think he's the only player that has the potential to win a Ballon d'Or in the Premier League again, right? Yes, Rodri, he won the Ballon d'Or, but I think Cole Palmer, he's the type of player that if he goes to a club like Man City, he's gonna be challenging for the Ballon d'Or. At Chelsea, not really, right? At Chelsea, they won't be in the discussion for Champions League, Premier Leagues anymore, man. If Cole Palmer was still at Man City, I see this guy winning a Ballon d'Or. But right now at Chelsea, can you back Cole Palmer to win a Ballon d'Or? It's really hard to say so. Ooh, great counter from Chelsea. Neto is open, but Cole Palmer doesn't cross the ball, man. Hey, Chelsea have started well, man. They have started well. Ooh, this is impressive from Chelsea. They have started well, man. I can't even lie and say, hey, it's been mediocre, this and that. They've started well. They're keeping it compact. They're keeping it steady. And with Brighton, the only thing I pray that, hey, you don't concede a goal in the first half, because if it's still like 0-0, Brighton don't concede second half, I give Brighton a bigger chance, because we know that, hey, Brighton second half, they turn into a completely different animal, especially when the game is tight. Especially when the game is tight. I have to give their manager some credit. He's come in and he's had some good performances this season. Brighton have had some great games this season. So you got to give their manager some type of credit as well. It hasn't been as mediocre as I thought. I thought, hey, Brighton would be mediocre this season after De Zerbi left, but they've coped without De Zerbi, man. The difference between watching an opposition and yeah, Man United do start the same way, bro. You're absolutely right. But with oppositions, you just get a like a different perspective, right? A team like Brighton, they're gonna obviously play based on their opponent. Sometimes they do play their own game, Brighton, but they adapt their playing style sometimes to their opponent. If they're playing Man City, they don't always go gun ho, trying to control, trying to do this, trying to do that. Oh, Matoma on the ball, man. My guy Matoma. Ah, he's lost it. He's lost it. Come on. But with the Premier League, the quality has declined so much. That's what I'm genuinely saying because imagine in the era of Wayne Rooney, someone like Mo Salah doesn't even is not even in the conversation for top 10 players. In that era of Wayne Rooney, Sergio Aguero, those guys were incredible, man. Even Van Persie, bro. Someone like Mo Salah isn't even in the conversation for top 5 players in that era. But this era of football is like, hey, Mo Salah is the best thing ever. Yeah, true, bro. Because I think I'm just as a United fan, I'm just used to seeing the way we play and the way we underperform against other teams, right? But when you're watching a game as a neutral, you get to enjoy the football match a bit more. If this was Man United, I'll be stressed out thinking, oh, no, no, we got to get the goal quickly. We got to get the goal quickly. But games like this, you're calm, collective, right? As a neutral, you're just watching for the football, man. You're just watching. Yeah, the game now is gone, man, because you can even see the quality we're seeing on the field most games. It's below average, right? The quality on the field is below average for most teams. For most teams. Just imagine like, hey, Man United, we went from guys like Wayne Rooney, guys like Ronaldo, and now look at our attack. Yeah, when you watch it back, you could have seen you that Brighton and Man United game. When you watch it back, you just see that, hey, we messed up a lot on our side. We messed up a lot, right? We could have gotten some goals. We could have been a bit more clinical, and we have ourselves to blame. Brighton, when they started getting their chances, they put us to sleep, and that's the situation with a lot of Man United games, right? Attack. Our attack is below average. It's either we're not creating enough chances or we're failing to take our chances. So attacking wise, Man United has been below average this season. And there was a stat saying that, hey, Ruben Amram, he's doing worse than Eric Ten Hag in all compartments, right? Creating chances, keeping clean sheets. There was a stat saying he's doing worse than Eric Ten Hag in every dimension of the game. Yeah, Mo Salah wouldn't be able to get a sniff in that era, bro. He wouldn't be able to get a sniff in that era of Wayne Rooney, Van Persie, all these players, man. He wouldn't get a sniff. I think it's most people just want to see Man United be consistent, bro. It's not about, hey, because we have to realize that, hey, most people, they only care about results, man. No, like, and I don't even blame like the people that just genuinely care about results. Some people, they just genuinely care about results. So when they see that, hey, we lost to Brighton, we lost to Bournemouth, they start getting upset, right? Because to them it's just about winning games. for for me, it's about like, hey, performances. How's the performance? Is the performance amazing? If not, that's when I start saying, ah, no, we gotta genuinely improve. We gotta genuinely take ourselves to the next level. But hey, this game is pretty open. I would say Brighton still have a chance. Chelsea, if you don't really take the momentum you have now, the possession you have now, I think you will cry. You will cry. Brighton will hurt Chelsea in some point of this game. I think a lot of people wanted Eric Ten Hag to succeed, bro. So many people wanted the man to succeed. Everybody wanted. If you were a Man United fan, you wanted the man to succeed. But unfortunately, he started doing things which a lot of people started questioning. Hey, why are you doing this? Hey, why can't you play this style of football? Hey, why are we losing so many games? But after seeing Eric Ten Hag go, we see that hey, losing those games wasn't really down to him though. Yes, it was massively down to him, but also the quality in the players as well. We're seeing the same situation under Ruben Amorim. We're seeing a worse situation under Ruben Amorim. So the only common denominator are the players. The players are still underperforming. Different manager, man. The players are still failing to take their chances with a different manager, man. So the only common denominator are like some of the players. Yeah, a lot of the games we drew or lost. Ah, think A with the Man United. Oh, come on, Brighton! What a save, Danny Welbeck, man. He was through. He was through there. Come on, man. Yo, Danny was through there. Danny Welbeck, man. It was a block though. Great block right there. Danny scoring that without a block. Yo, massive there. And yeah, bro, you're absolutely right because we're seeing the same situation we're seeing under Eric Ten Hag because a lot of fans we're just asking for the team to be competitive, man. That's all we're begging for. Just be competitive. Even if it's one season where you're challenging for the league, but then you finish second, I think a lot of fans will be happy with that. And then you go far in the Champions League. That's what we're asking for. We haven't seen that type of competitiveness in such a long time. Short corner. Nah, Matoma, come on. Another corner. Yeah, it is a results based business. So these managers, they won't be given time. Same thing with like Enzo Maresca because the Chelsea board are way more ruthless than Man United board. That's a that's a reality. So if Maresca, if he thinks, hey, we're gonna just be playing like this, playing like that, allowing Brighton to come at us like this, hey, this man might be fired before he even because we saw with Pochettino, it's a results based business, man. These owners, they only care about one thing, and that's profit. What gets you profit? Champions League. Yeah, we can say, hey, Eric Ten Hag was a competitive manager. We can say that, but not in the league. In the league, it was below average. In the cups, we saw him win a few cups, this and that, but I think it was time for us to move on to a better manager. I think the main mistake for Man United, the main mistake we made was the David Moyes appointment. I think that's where you took a massive setback because if let's just give a scenario instead of appointing David Moyes, you bring in Carlo Ancelotti. Manchester United are in a different situation right now. Genuinely in a different situation. I blame Ed Woodward for everything we're going through right now. Ed Woodward, yet the Glazers as well, because the Glazers, they're the ones who appointed Ed Woodward. So those guys, they took us backwards massively. Massively. That appointment of David Moyes, that was the start of the end. Because it's not that, hey, Man United declined because Fergie retired. It's just that, hey, Man United declined because of their next appointment. If your next appointment was somebody that could compete, he would have genuinely brought in a team that can genuinely compete. Even the players Fergie left, right? Yes, a lot of them were average, but You could have gotten top four with those teams, with that team. So I blame Ed Woodward for everything. Oh yeah, they are ruthless. They are ruthless. We saw how they fired Dan Ashworth. Right? Less than a season in, they fired Dan Ashworth. So if Ruben Amron thinks that, hey, he's gonna be given time, oh, he has another thing coming, because I think he already knows. Ruben already knows it's a results based business. He already knows how Sir Jim Ratcliffe moves. At Nice, he was firing 6 to 7 managers, right? Firing manager after manager at Nice. So that the guy is ruthless. Sir Jim even the way he manages his own company, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the man is ruthless. He doesn't play around. So Jim, that's one thing you can say, hey, so Jim Ratcliffe, this man doesn't play games, because when it's time to get rid of you, he will. We saw the Dan Ashworth situation. Oh, nice counterattack for Chelsea here. Oh, they might get a goal from this. What a miss, man. Cole Palmer has to do better in that situation. He has to genuinely do better in that situation. Like, that was a situation where I'm thinking, damn, Chelsea 1-0. But unfortunately, well, fortunately, they didn't score. But this was a great counterattack. They were in so much space, so many attacking players. Ooh, but yeah, for Sir Jim, man, that guy is ruthless, bro. Like, huh? Sir Jim, you can just see like how he moves with his own company, because I just when Sir Jim Ratcliffe joined Manchester United, I told myself, hey, let me do a bit more research about this man. Let's see what he's done in business, what he's done in like the business world, this and that. And there are so many ruthless stories of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, either just cutting off people or firing staff members. You can also see it at Man United. Look at how many staff members Sir Jim Ratcliffe has fired, cutting off people from like sponsorships and things like that. So he's been doing that even in his club. Looks like Jaden Sancho is coming on. So the man has been ruthless from day one. And to be a billionaire, you gotta be ruthless. Like, I don't think there's a billionaire in this world that's all lovey dovey. He's not ruthless. He doesn't take hard decisions. Thomas Tuchel at the game. Every billionaire has a ruthless side in them. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe, to be the richest man, the richest British man in the world, that means you've been ruthless at a high level. At a high level, man. That guy, he has no soul, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. You can see people were actually criticizing him about the ticket prices, but hey, the man, he's got tough skin, because most owners, they would have done something about that. But hey, Sir Jim, he's up and down. Sometimes you never know what to expect with an owner like Sir Jim Ratcliffe. You never know what to expect, because a lot of people, they thought, hey, this man is gonna come in and we're gonna be a bit stable, right? We're gonna be a bit stable. He's not gonna make too many changes, but he's gonna just improve the team. We saw the appointment of Omar Barada, and we were thinking, wow, okay, this is something new. This is gonna be positive. Omar Barada from Man City was stealing people from Manchester City. Wow. Oh, I didn't expect this early change. Looks like Jaden Sancho finds his way into the game, man. Looks like Jaden Sancho Madueke out. Might be out for the season. And we're seeing so many injuries, not only for Chelsea, man. We're seeing so many injuries throughout the league, right? Because Chelsea, already Jackson is out. For Man United, you got Martinez is out. So this is the period in the Premier League where you see a lot of injuries, man. I think either December or February, these are the times you see like a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries because it's not only Chelsea that are gonna be facing injuries. Tottenham, they have a lot of injuries. So, hey, it's crazy, man. Yeah, there was a rumor that Diallo is injured, but hey, let's wait and see, man. Let's actually wait and see. We're a few days from that game. If he's not in the squad, then you can say, yeah, the man is injured. Diallo's injured. But hey, based on rumors, and unless somebody extremely credible comes out to say, hey, Amad Diallo is injured, because it can be mind games as well. It can be mind games. Hey, let's leak a rumor that Amad Diallo is injured so that we have an advantage when we go into that Tottenham game, because Tottenham know that, hey, Man United, you play Amad Diallo to have an advantage. You play Amad Diallo to genuinely spark up something. So Sancho, let's see how Jaden Sancho plays today, right? Because I've been seeing a lot of Chelsea fans give up on Sancho, right? They're giving up on Jaden Sancho. They're saying, hey, this guy, why did we bring him in? This and that. He's underperforming, this and that. So a lot of Chelsea fans are giving up on Jaden Sancho. Jaden, people are tired, right? The guy has talent, but sometimes people won't give you time because you have talent, right? They need to see consistency. Oh, Mitoma, come on! Oh, oh man, I thought he was through. We need a Brighton dagger, man. We need a Brighton dagger for Chelsea. Come on, Brighton, just give us that dagger and end these guys right now. Give us that dagger and end these guys right now. We need a Brighton dagger right now. Come on. Oh. And with Brighton, you can never write them off against any team. We've seen too many moments where Brighton, they just dagger and end you, right? Two quick goals, end you, and then they just defend properly. We've seen that too many times from Brighton, right? They scored two quick goals, end you, and then you're defending for the rest of the game. Come on, come on. We need that goal, man. Brighton, get us over the line. Get us over the line. Ooh. Sancho's Jaden for Chelsea. Jaden loses the ball. And that's the frustration some people have with Jaden Sancho, right? Sometimes you just have to keep it simple, Jaden Sancho. Keep it simple, keep it moving. And that's the frustration some people will have with Sancho. Hey, this guy, it's either he's keeping it too simple or he's inconsistent. But the guy has talent. Even at Man United, that was the question for Sancho. Hey, where's the consistency? The first season, it's like Ronaldo covered up for Sancho, right? Because most of the people weren't criticizing Sancho because they were focused on Ronaldo, right? The moment Ronaldo left, so Ronaldo was actually a benefit for Jaden Sancho, because before Ronaldo was taking all the heat from every player, right? He was taking all the heat from every player. He was taking all the glory and the heat. Ronaldo. That first season Ronaldo returned, he was taking all the heat. When we had a bad performance, people would blame Ronaldo. When we had a good performance, people will praise Ronaldo. So that season, it was all about Ronaldo. And then you saw the moment Ronaldo left, people started focusing on Jaden Sancho. We saw that. We saw that immediately Ronaldo left Manchester United, because Ronaldo was taking all the eyes. He was taking all the pressure. He was taking all the praise, right? But immediately Ronaldo left, who did people genuinely start criticizing? It was Jaden Sancho, right? Before, people only criticizing Ronaldo. Hey, Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. But to be fair, when Ronaldo performed, people were praising him. But then it was a notion of, Ronaldo, he's past his best. This and that and this. That was what. Whoa! Matoma! Chelsea Dagger has arrived, man. Oh my God. Matoma, man. Oh, oh, fair play, man. Bring this man to United. Oh, wow. Matoma with the Chelsea Dagger, man. My bowler, man. My bowler, Matoma, dagger for Chelsea, man. Oh, wow. Bring this man to United, man. Matoma, what a goal. What a goal. And that's what I was saying about Brighton. These guys can get a goal out of nowhere. But it was a good goal, man. Straight from the keeper. Great first touch from Matoma. Great first touch from Matoma to put the ball down. And then what a goal there. What a goal. Chalaba, he sends Chalaba this side and then shoots. That was a decisive goal because, hey, the first touch was brilliant, right? The first touch, keeper loops the ball. Matoma's first touch, most players, their first touch takes the ball away from them. And then they don't score that goal. But Matoma, first touch, you can see the guy is technically okay. And then, it was a great goal, man. Matoma with the Chelsea dagger. Let's go, man. My bowler Matoma. My bowler Matoma, man. It was a great goal. Great goal, man. Let's hope Chelsea don't reply. We need another Brighton goal. Viva Maresca. Oh my God, man. Enzo Maresca, man, under pressure from a title race to what? Conference League? They might be back in the Conference League, Chelsea, man. This is what we want to see. We need another goal. We need another goal, Brighton. And that's what I was saying. When Chelsea had that momentum, you had to score. Because Brighton, we know what type of team they are, man. The first touch from Matoma to just comfortable first touch takes Chalaba out of the game. Look at that. Comfortable first touch, takes Chalaba out of the game, and then shoots. Oh, Matoma, man. Matoma. Comfortable first touch, man. Most players in the Premier League don't have a first touch like Matoma, man. I'm going to say that right now. You see, someone like Sancho, he has more talent than Matoma, but Matoma is just the consistency and his effectiveness, right? That's what makes him a star for Brighton. Because let's be real. If Sancho was at Brighton, does he contribute as much as Matoma? Right? Those are the questions we need to ask, man. Those are the questions we need to ask. If Sancho was at Brighton, does he carry Brighton the way Matoma is carrying them? Or does he come up with moments like how Matoma is coming up with? So at the level Matoma's at, yo, this guy, he's turning up, man. He is effective. People can question Matoma, whether he's world class, this or that, but the guy is effective. That's what you can say, man. First touch, takes Chalaba out of the game, shoots, go. That's a player that's effective. Most players at Man United don't score that goal, right? Because either their first touch will be horrible, then the defender recovers. So Mitoma, man, bring this guy to Man United. He's effective, plus his mentality as well. This guy's only focused on football. Saudi came calling for Mitoma. He said, no, I want to play for Brighton. I want to play in the Premier League. He rejected Saudi money to play in the Premier League. How many players do that at Brighton? So the guy has mentality and he's effective. Matoma, man, this guy is something else. This guy is something else, man. Another Chelsea dagger. And he scored against, I think he scored against Chelsea in the FA Cup, though. Matoma, man. He also scored against Man United. So against big teams, this guy is turning up. Against big teams, Matoma is turning up. The Chelsea dagger came And let's just hope we get another Chelsea dagger to put them out of the game. Because yes, Chelsea, they still have players that can get them a go, man. This game is not over. It's far from over. Far from over. But just seeing Matoma, my guy, just balling out like this, it's impressive. Okay. It's impressive, man. Let's see how Chelsea respond because, hey, if you go into a situation where it's 2-0, you ain't recovering because Brighton, they are the type of team that will hurt you immediately, man. They will hurt you. Let's see what genuinely happens, man. Does Chelsea respond? I hope not, but already we have an entertaining game. Entertaining game, man. Entertaining games. 0 shots on target for Chelsea. That's the situation right now. And that's what I was saying. When Chelsea, when they, at the start of the season, I was looking at this Chelsea attack and saying, wow, these guys are going to be destroying team after team after team. I was looking at this Chelsea attack and saying, wow, João Felix, Neto, you got Cole Palmer, you got Sancho. Wow, these guys are going to be destroying teams. But it hasn't clicked for Chelsea. It genuinely hasn't clicked too much. Already, this guy has been sent on loan. João Felix sent on loan. So, they still have a long way, Chelsea. Right? And this just shows you can buy yourself out of problems. Yes, Man City, they bought themselves into the conversation of Premier Leagues and all that, but it took them time. It took them some time, Manchester City. You can't just spend a billion and expect to be the best team in the world, right? To be the best team in the world, it's a balance of okay, you need great players plus a good manager as well, right? It's a balance. It's a balance. Great players without a good manager fail. We see that with Brazil. Brazil, unbelievable players, right? Brazil, they had unbelievable players, especially in that 2018 World Cup. 2018 World Cup, Brazil, unbelievable players, but then the manager was basic. So it's just about balance, man. Nkunku, he's trying here, Nkunku. Enzo, but hey, Chelsea without Caicedo, man, these guys are are losing a lot of points. Wow, because Caicedo is so effective. He's so effective, man. Chelsea without Caicedo, they are losing a lot of points. Oh, great block there. Great block. Chelsea are knocking on the door. They are knocking on the door, but this is the scenario Brighton expected because, hey, after the goal, obviously Brighton, they're going to sit back, defend, see what the situation is like. It's a good game, man. So, oh, equalizer, man. Equalizer, but offside. Enzo Fernandez crying about the offside. Thank God for the offside. Thank God for the offside. Equalizer, but he's offside, man. Gotta thank God for that offside. Oh, it's a foul, not offside. Yeah, gotta thank God for the foul, man. Gotta thank God for the foul, man, because, hey, we don't want Chelsea scoring an equalizer. We gotta thank God for that that foul, man. I thought, wow, oh no, Chelsea already have that equalizer. But nope, it's a foul. Big up the referee, man. Big up the referee. He's making sure that Brighton win this game at all costs. Come on, man. We need to win this. Brighton. We need a Danny Welbeck dagger as well. We need a Danny Welbeck goal as well in this game, man. I just want to see that. Because Chelsea, man. This is amazing from Brighton. And they keep it simple. That's the one thing I gotta credit Brighton. right? Because they never panic, even when they're under pressure, even if the other team score a goal. Yes, there are some games where Brighton lose like 5-0, 4-0. But then a lot of the games, they do keep it simple. They do actually keep it calm, right? Even the way they play, calm, simple, pass it this side, pass it this side, keep it moving. That's how Brighton genuinely play, man. And it's impressive. It's impressive because of the size of Brighton. If this was Man United, you'd have expected, okay, a bit more consistency. We want you to be in the top four. We want you to be in a title race. But since it's Brighton, you're gonna be impressed with how they are as a club. Okay, yeah, they're pushing above their weight, man. Enzo Maresca looking stressed. Viva Maresca! Oh my God. I hope Chelsea bring back my guy Frank Lampard, man. We need that guy at Stamford Bridge, right? Just fire Enzo Maresca and bring back my guy Frank Lampard. We need the man at Stamford Bridge, the legend Frank Lampard. Oh, 2-0. Come on, guys. Yes! Another dagger from Brighton, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's game over for Chelsea, man. 2-0 in the first half. Oh, yes. Viva Maresca. Oh, yes. Let's go. My manager Enzo Maresca. Viva Maresca. Let's go, man. What a goal. What a goal. That's a good team goal, man. And there Matoma again. Vital for the goal. Vital for the goal, Matoma. Come on, man. Come on, man. What a goal, man. Oh. As long as it's 2-0, we're putting that dagger in Chelsea, man. Another dagger for Chelsea, man. I wish it was an own goal there. Ah, 2-0. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Ooh. Ooh, long way for Chelsea. I got to give credit to the Brighton manager. Because a lot of people they were questioning his age. Wow, this guy's the youngest manager in the Premier League. Will he cope? Will he do anything? But hey, the answer is yes. He can cope. Yes, he can do something. He might be the youngest manager in the Premier League, but the guy's delivering. Look, imagine this, right? Brighton beating Manchester United, Chelsea back to back because they knocked out Chelsea in the FA Cup. If they beat Chelsea back to back, yo, it's impressive. It's extremely impressive, man. Beating Chelsea back to back, this is extremely impressive from Brighton. Fair play to Brighton, man. Kieran Mitoma, come on. Come on, man. This Brighton team. And the thing about Brighton is because they are a team, they play as a team. It's about teamwork, it's about togetherness. Some teams, they don't have that concept of teamwork, right? It's just individuals, it's just individual brilliance sometimes. Some teams, they only have individuals. Brighton is about a team, it's about a teamwork. We lose together, we win together. That's what I love about Brighton. Teamwork, man. And football is about teamwork. At the highest level, football is about teamwork. Oh, yeah. Chelsea are getting shocked right now. Getting shocked right now, man. Chelsea are getting shocked right now, man. It's evident to see. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Evident to see, man. Chelsea are getting shocked. Brilliant, brilliant from Brighton right there. And even the way they're staying composed, man. You're 2-0 up. Most teams would just want to defend. Look at Maresca, man. Viva Maresca. Oh my God. He's shocked. He's shocked right now. We just need another goal. If this becomes 3-0, ah, this Chelsea team, man. I just love seeing Chelsea misery. Come on, Jaden Sancho, man. Jaden Sancho, huh? He thought it was brighter at the other side. He thought it was better at the Chelsea side, huh? He left United for Chelsea thinking the grass was greener. Thinking the grass was greener. In 2 seasons, Man United will win a trophy before Chelsea. I'm saying that right now. Jaden Sancho leaving thinking the grass was greener. Thinking, no, this is where I'm going to get top four. This is the club I'm going to get top four with. Right? This is the club I'm going to get Champions League with. But Matoma, even the effort from this guy, you can see the way he just drives with the ball. He thought the grass was greener. Oh my God, Jaden Sancho was dancing, man. Yeah, maybe this season. I hope we win a trophy this season, bro. I hope we do win the Europa League this season. FA Cup looks realistic as well because, hey, the best team in the FA Cup is Manchester City, and we've already beaten Man City this season. So a trophy is more realistic for United this season than it is for Chelsea. So United players, they're going to kiss a trophy before Jaden Sancho. Jaden Sancho thought the grass was greener on the Chelsea side. He thought, hey, I'm leaving dusty Man United for a better Chelsea side that are spending 1 billion, this and that. Ooh, this is going to be better for me. This is going to be better. Chelsea are going to be in the Champions League. The grass isn't greener, Jaden. The grass ain't greener. Yeah, Newcastle as well. Yo, Newcastle always do us over. Newcastle always do us over as Manchester United. Like, hey, that's gonna be a tough game if we do play Newcastle, but still, FA Cup is a long way to go. Europa League is a long way to go, but let's hope Ruben is kissing a trophy at the end of the season. That's what I want to see. I want to see my manager, Ruben Amorim, kissing a trophy. At least kiss that trophy. Taste it. You tasting a trophy. That's what a lot of United fans want to see. Ruben Amorim tasting a trophy. Ruben Amorim kissing a trophy. Regardless of whether it's Europa League, we're still gonna celebrate, man. I'm still gonna celebrate. Europa League or not. Hey, Chelsea are still in the conference. I forgot that. So they can still win a conference league. A little conference league for Chelsea. A little conference league for Chelsea. So Chelsea can still win a trophy, huh? A little conference league for Jaden Sancho and Chelsea. Oh my God. Come on, man. We needed this. But there's no hate from me for Sancho, man. He did what he did. He left us probably for the best reason. He thought Eric Ten Hag was gonna stay. He left for a better scenario. No hate for Sancho, man. No hate for Sancho. You're falling out with Eric Ten Hag. The best thing was to leave, man. All right? No point in staying with a manager that doesn't believe in you. Enzo Maresca, he's treating Sancho like the guy is a god or something. Because you even hear how Enzo Maresca talks about Jaden Sancho in his press conferences. You'd think he's talking about Messi or someone. Oh, Sancho, he's gonna do so much for us. Oh, so close to halftime. What a half, man. 2-0 up. And we already have that Chelsea dagger. 2 goals, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what goes on with Jaden Sancho. He's riding freedom. Maybe it's I don't really know. But maybe he's just backing his friend, right? Maybe he's just backing his friend. He knows that, hey, his friend has a situation with the manager as well. We heard what Ruben Amorim was saying about Marcus Rashford. He was saying, I'd rather play one of his coaches over Marcus Rashford. That's what Ruben Amorim was saying in his press conferences. So maybe Jaden Sancho is saying, hey, freedom, you're free from a manager that doesn't believe in you. You're free from a manager that didn't want you at Manchester United. So maybe he's saying, hey, freedom, freedom for Rashford. Now you can play games. Maybe that's what Jaden Sancho truly meant with the comment freedom, right? Because Marcus Rashford, he wasn't playing games. He wasn't playing any minutes under Ruben Amorim. We have to remember that. So maybe Jaden Sancho, he's just posting, hey, because these guys, they have each other's numbers, man. They talk about what's going on behind the scenes. They talk about, hey, this is the situation I'm going through. Maybe Ruben Amorim isn't playing me because of this. Rashford has obviously told Sancho what's going on behind the scenes, right? These guys are friends. These guys, they go out together. They go to each other's places. So Rashford, he obviously told Sancho that, hey, the manager, he's not playing me because of this. And then Sancho, he commented, hey, finally, freedom for Rashford. Freedom for Rashford. You can finally play a game. Maybe that was the situation. Or maybe Sancho was just taking a piss out of Manchester United, man. We don't know. We don't genuinely know. But hey, this game right here, extremely entertaining, man. Extremely entertaining. My guys, Brighton, are literally destroying Chelsea. Destroying Chelsea, Brighton. That's what we all want to see. Come on, man. And if it's still like 2-0 by like the 70th minute, it's game over. It is game over because Chelsea need to get a goal before the 70th minute to have a chance of winning this game. Because do I see them scoring 3 goals after 70 minutes? I don't see that. I don't see that. So, wow, just seeing this, the Chelsea decline is going to be heavy this season because I see them losing way more games. I see Chelsea losing way more games this season. There was a period in time when Chelsea were in a title race, but now that was just a dream. My guy Matoma put in the dagger in Chelsea, man. That was just a dream for Chelsea fans. Title race was just a dream. They were dreaming about a title, dreaming about the league, but unfortunately, that won't come, man. And it was a great half of football, man. Finished it off with a dagger. Matoma with a great goal. Chelsea already 2-0 down. Oh, man. What a game. What a game, man. What a first half, right? I know, like, hey, people that I'm not a neutral in this game. I want Brighton to win. I genuinely want Brighton to win, man. So I'm happy with that first half, right? Brighton, they gave us some great moments. They gave us some great goals. Matoma's goal is my favorite, man. First touch, takes Chalaba out of the game, and then scores a beautiful goal. Matoma's goal is my favorite by far. But hey, Chelsea, if they don't score 2 goals in the first 70, before the 70th minute, the best they can hope for is a draw, right? Because Brighton, yes, Chelsea will try and attack Brighton, but hey, on the counter attack, Brighton will be eating you alive. Brighton are ready to eat these guys alive. We need a third goal, and we just need Viva Maresca, man. Viva Maresca, right? Maresca, man. If you can fire Maresca and bring back Frank Lampard, that would be the perfect situation because we know Chelsea, right? Immediately they fire a manager, they bring back Frank Lampard as an interim coach till the end of the season. We need to see that again, man. We genuinely need to see Frank Lampard back at Stamford Bridge. Come on, Brighton, man, have impressed and delivered. This has been impressive for Brighton, and mm, the most threaded in player of that half has to be Matoma because he's the one that genuinely got that first goal. That first goal was made by him, right? That was genuine talent at its best, especially that first half. You take away, and Chalobah, he's not a bum of a defender. For you to actually take away Chalobah like that, take the shot and score from that range, you gotta give Matoma his credit. That first half has delivered for me. Let's hope the second half is as entertaining, man. What a game, man. What a game of football. And another situation where Jaden Sancho, he comes in and doesn't really offer a lot, right? And that's what a lot of Chelsea fans have been saying this season. Hey, Jaden Sancho, he's not really offering a lot. Yes, there'll be some games he contributes, but most of the games he's not really contributing a lot. I think Sancho has talent, right? I can't refuse that, but the consistency, that's what people are asking the question. Hey, Sancho, can you give us some consistency? Hey, Jaden Sancho. But I know second half the guy can turn up and do something. But hey, I understand what people are saying with the Jaden Sancho situation because with so much talent, people expect more from you, right? When you have talent, people expect more from you, right? If this was a basic player, if Sancho was a basic player, people wouldn't have expectations. Nobody has expectations for a below average player. They already know the guy's below average. The reason people are questioning you, Jaden Sancho, is because they have expectations, right? Nobody questions the below average bench player, right? Nobody questions a guy like that. They only question the players that have potential, that have a bit of talent, right? And let me give an example with Anthony at Man United. People weren't questioning Anthony because they hate him. People are questioning Anthony because one, his price tag, and two, he came with a lot of expectations, right? With that price tag, it comes with a lot of expectations. And I think it's the same situation with Jaden Sancho. People are questioning you because of what you did in your earlier years, right? Because of what you did at Dortmund. People saw what you did at Dortmund, and now they're questioning you and saying, hey, where's that Jaden Sancho we saw at Dortmund? Where's that guy? Where's that consistent Jaden Sancho? And people only question you when they have expectations for you. At Man United, when Dan James was at Man United, nobody was really questioning the guy, right? People were just accepting, yeah, that's his level, man. That's Dan James. We don't expect the guy to be world class, right? But then when we sign somebody that is world class, we're gonna question you. We're gonna ask so many questions and say, hey, why aren't you delivering to this level? Why aren't you delivering to that level? But second half is still on for Chelsea. I think the best Chelsea can hope for might be an equalizer, might be like a 2-2. Do I see Chelsea scoring 3 goals? No. And I hope they don't score 3 goals, but entertaining game we have right now. I think Chalobah, he should have stayed at Crystal Palace, man. Because right now you're getting cooked, man. He's getting cooked by Matoma, man. Chalobah has been sacrificed by Matoma, man. He should have stayed at Crystal Palace to avoid this embarrassing this embarrassment, man. Because Matoma cooked him. Oh my God, Matoma, my guy, man, putting a dagger in Chelsea, and we just need another goal. If Matoma can get a hat trick today, I'll be happy, man. We just need 2 more goals from Matoma, man, and I'll be celebrating like crazy. But for Chelsea, it's not. I'm not gonna say that. Hey, I'm surprised with this scoreline because I'm not. This is the same team that beat you in the FA Cup, and the FA Cup wasn't so long ago. It was just what, a few days ago. So this is the same team that literally destroyed you in the FA Cup, that literally knocked you out in the FA Cup. So Matoma doing his thing. Put in a dagger in Chelsea. That's what we want to see, man. That's what we genuinely want to see. Dagger into Chelsea, Matoma. Let's hope Brighton score a few more goals, man. A few more goals. I'm not surprised with this Chelsea performance. I'm not even surprised that they're 2-0 down at halftime, because if you've been watching Chelsea in the last few games, you can see that hey, there's some performances where you're asking the question, and hey, you're even saying to yourself, hey, these guys got lucky here. Wow, Chelsea got lucky here. And now the real performances, their performances are reflecting the real results, man. I think some Chelsea fans thought this was gonna be a walkover. They thought, hey, the FA Cup was a once-off performance. Their team is gonna perform today, but Matoma, he came out, made the dagger, man. He made that dagger, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. Let's hope Brighton can keep the scoreline for 90 minutes. 45 more minutes to go. Fair play to the manager. And I don't know how many United fans would take back Sancho, right? Because we we can't disagree and say, hey, Sancho has no talent. Sancho has talent, right? But how many people would take back Sancho? Because I was hearing a lot of rumors about, hey, people would consider terminating his contract, because that is legal though. That's the only way Sancho comes back to Man United, by them terminating the contract. But obviously, that's gonna come with a bit more backlash, right? You terminate a contract, but obviously, that can only happen if both clubs are happy with Sancho. Zero people take Sancho back. I understand that, though. I understand that. I understand, because I also did a poll on the channel. Hey, how many people miss Sancho? Something like that, and nobody really misses him. Nobody really misses the guy. So let's just see who Man United bring to actually replace Sancho and Rashford, right? I think the best decision is just, hey, look for somebody that can be consistent. That's all we're asking for as fans. If you're a player that is consistent, most fans would back you. Yeah, it's a loan with an obligation to buy. We can actually take him back if you cancel the contract. This is still a loan contract, so you can cancel it. Let's say, yeah, it's like a transfer, but it's still a loan, bro. It's still a loan. So every loan, even a loan with an obligation to buy, can be canceled, bro. It can genuinely be canceled. Like, what's this team in Spain? Real Sociedad. Sociedad have done a situation like that where they cancel a loan with an obligation to buy. So we've seen other teams do that in the past, right? Where they cancel a loan with an obligation to buy. So that's the only way the guy can come back, is if, hey, Man United decide to cancel the loan right now. The way Chelsea canceled the loan for Chalobah, right? I think they canceled the loan for Chalobah and he came back immediately. Every loan deal, you can cancel it, regardless of whether there's an obligation to buy. You can still cancel it. So it's not really against the laws. It's just bad sportsmanship. It's not really against the laws. It's just like bad sportsmanship. If you cancel a loan deal, the other team will. It's just bad sportsmanship, bro. So hey, and I just hope that, hey, summer transfer window, United just have something different, man. Because what we've been seeing in the past few games, what we've been seeing in the past few years, yes, this summer transfer window was great. You brought in Delit, you brought in Mazraoui, you brought in Lenny Euro, a generational talent that can develop as well. So I hope we can do that with the midfield, with the attack, right? Just bring in stable players. And you can see the board, they're already back in Ruben Amorim. With what Ruben Amorim wants, he wanted Dogu. They brought in Dogu, but where they didn't back him was attacking. I don't know why they didn't really bring in an attacker. That was so bad. That was so disorganized from the team, man. He's a spoiled little boy, and that's what I was saying earlier on. Like some players, they don't really need to work hard because they already have the money, right? They already have the money. So right now it's like, hey, they don't really need to put in effort. A lot of players are already rich at a young age. So for them, they don't really care if they turn up or not. They're still gonna get paid. They don't really care if they perform or not. They're still gonna get paid. They're still a millionaire after this game, regardless of whether they win or lose this game. They're still gonna be a millionaire, and that's the situation for a lot of players, right? Regardless of whether you turn up or not, you're still gonna be a millionaire. You're still gonna be getting a lot of sponsorships. You're still gonna be sponsored by Adidas and people like that, right? Unless the guy goes to the championship or something, he's not gonna stop making money. That's the situation for a lot of players. Unless they play in the championship or something, they're gonna be millionaires. And that's why you can see players in the championship, they have a different type of hunger because their hunger is that, hey, I gotta make it to the Premier League. That's where I wanna be. I wanna be in the Premier League making millions as well. But then players in the Premier League, especially players at top clubs like Man United, they don't wanna put in the effort, man, because they already know, hey, regardless of whether I turn up or not, I'm still getting paid millions. I'm still getting paid millions because especially at Man United, these players they're getting paid by Adidas. They have different sponsors. They have people that sponsor them on Instagram, people that sponsor them on this. Man United are paying their salary, this and that, right? BMW are sponsoring their car, this and that. So they have so many sponsors. They have so much money coming in. It's really scary. It's extremely scary because most Man United players, if you go to like their TikToks, they're sponsored on TikTok as well. They're sponsored on TikTok as well. They have different type of you see them make a TikTok video just about, hey, I'm sponsored by this guy, or I'm sponsored by that guy, or I'm sponsored by this brand. So they're getting so much money, it's crazy. Second half on the way, man. First half, it lived up to expectations, man. I won't even lie. That first half lived up to expectations. I was happy with that. And we're seeing a situation where we're genuinely seeing a situation where, oh, these guys, Chelsea, they might just go on a losing streak, a losing run. I don't know their fixture list. Let me just look up their fixture list. But if their fixture list is crazy, hey, Chelsea, let me start the timer before that. Yeah, if their fixture list is crazy, it's gonna be a long day for Chelsea. It's gonna be a long month for Chelsea Football Club. Let's see, let's see. Oh my God, their next game is Aston Villa. Their next game is Aston Villa. Chelsea, their next game is Aston Villa. Southampton is winnable. Leicester City is winnable, then Arsenal, then Tottenham. So they might go into the next 3 to 4 weeks with only 1 or 2 wins, right? Because your next game is Aston Villa. You play like this against Villa, you ain't winning. So Chelsea, it's it's not really looking good for Chelsea. It might be 3 back-to-back losses. If Brighton win today and Aston Villa win their next game, it might be 3 back-to-back losses for Chelsea, man. And then let's see where they are on the league table, man. I need to see this just to smile at the Chelsea decline. Yes, Chelsea are still fourth, but Looks like if Bournemouth win their game in hand, Chelsea can end up in seventh position. So genuinely, Chelsea, after they play Aston Villa, if they lose this game, if they lose to Villa, they're back to fighting for Conference League, and that's what we want to see. That's what we genuinely want to see. So their next game is Aston Villa. So if you don't win this, hey, it's gonna be a long, long month for Chelsea Football Club. A long, long month, right? You're just gonna be seeing loss after loss because Villa. I'm backing Aston Villa to win that game as well. Viva Maresca, man. Viva Maresca, man. Enzo Maresca struggling already, right? The man started okay, but right now, this is the perfect scenario, man. This is the perfect scenario. Chelsea Football Club getting dunked on, getting destroyed, really struggling right now. You'd say, hey, this is probably one of the worst I've seen Chelsea this season. Like literally, this performance, especially in the first half, because even when they have the ball, they don't look like they're gonna score. Like their attack is so toothless, man. Especially in that first half, their attack was so toothless. It's like Brighton, they have nothing to worry about. Every time Chelsea have the ball, it looks like they're not really gonna score. That especially in that first half, that's how it was. Wow. Hey, but I'm genuinely smiling with this result, man. Brighton haven't let us down. Brighton haven't disappointed. We need my boy Maresca to be losing game after game. Is that a foul? Yeah, foul, foul. Ooh, cause we know that hey, Man City, they're gonna win their game. Newcastle, they're gonna win their game. Depending. Oh, it's Man City versus Newcastle. So Chelsea are lucky now. Chelsea are lucky now. Man City are playing Newcastle. Chelsea are lucky. So only one can win that game. So Chelsea are lucky about that situation. They might just end up sixth, right? Because Man City and Newcastle are playing each other. Let's hope Newcastle can do something against City. So Chelsea are lucky, but hey, if they lose to Aston Villa, they can genuinely find themselves seventh place or even eighth place because, hey, yeah, seventh place, most probably seventh place. And by April, I'm expecting to see Chelsea maybe eighth or even ninth because, hey, these guys are in the decline. By the time they play Arsenal, because they're gonna play Arsenal, then Spurs. By the time those fixtures come along, I don't see them beating Arsenal. I don't see them beating Tottenham. So Chelsea, oh, they might just end the season eighth place, man. Just a few weeks ago, these guys were talking about a title race, and now all those dreams have just gone to to the mud, man. Ooh, another attack for Brighton. We need it. We need it. Ah, over the bar. Over the bar, man. Ah, over the bar. We needed that goal, man. Ah, over the bar. We need a third goal for Brighton. Come on, just do us this favor. As United fans, this is the only thing that makes us smile, man. Watching City decline, watching Chelsea struggle. This is the only thing that gives us some type of joy. Come on. Ooh. And even the pressing from Brighton is okay, man. Even the pressing because Chelsea, yeah, they're getting the ball, but what are they doing with the ball? What are they doing with the ball? Nothing. Even attacking areas, that's where Chelsea are really below average. Because the way they're attacking, the way they're actually going forward, you'd expect more from a club like Chelsea Football Club, man. You'd expect this club to be a team that's genuinely knocking on the door. I expected Chelsea to be at least having opportunities where they're threatening their goalkeeper. Right now, Brighton, their goalie, he's relaxing. He's relaxing and chilling, man. Oof. Brighton haven't disappointed for us. This is amazing. This is amazing, man. But obviously, we know, hey, Chelsea, after this season, they're going to spend another billion in the summer transfer window. I expect them to spend a lot of money after this because obviously their fans are not happy with this. Oof. And we can see the Man United, there's going to be like a riot against Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers. I think that's going to be during the Arsenal game when we play Arsenal. There'll be a riot. That's in March. So yeah, United fans are gonna riot against Sir Jim and the Glazers. Let's see how that goes, man. Let's hope it is successful, that riot. Right? If you can riot and somehow get the Glazers out, somehow get Sir Jim Ratcliffe out, because we know that hey, the Qataris, they'll come back immediately. Man United is back on up for sale, right? Let's say Man United go up for sale right now. The Qataris are gonna come back, right? Sheikh Yassim, that man is a Manchester United fan. So immediately Man United are up for sale. That man is coming back. I bet my life on that, man. He genuinely wanted to buy Manchester United. Sheikh Yassim, the man who come back. It's just about, hey, the club needs to be up for sale. The Glazers need to sell the full thing. The thing about the Glazers, they only chose this bid from Sir Jim Ratcliffe because it only makes sense. Long term, they make more money because they're getting paid by two people. They're getting paid by Man United. They still have majority shares, right? So they're still taking away money from Manchester United, and they're still taking away money from Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So this scenario, they're getting paid by two people now, Man United and Ineos, because they're still taking out money from Man United, and now Ineos are still paying installments to buy the shares that they signed a contract on. So the Glazers, they're getting money from two places now. So Jim Ratcliffe and Man United, because the club, they're still taking money out of the club, and yo, these guys are making more money than they would have made from Sheikh Yassim. Because Sheikh Yassim, I think it was what, 6 billion or something. So 6 billion right now at the in what, in 4 years or something. After Sir Jim Ratcliffe has paid all the installments, and after the Glazers have taken a lot of money from Man United, they might make close to 7 billion, man. They can genuinely make close to 7 billion just from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Man United, taking out money from Man United, taking out profit from Man United. They can genuinely, the Glazers, man. That's why they chose Sir Jim Ratcliffe, because it only makes them more money. The Glazers were never gonna choose a situation where they make less money. Oh, come on. This game is living up to the hype, man. Brighton, Chelsea, always, always entertaining, man. Always entertaining. Two teams ready to entertain. Oh, Two clubs looking to prove something, and it looks like, hey, Brighton have been the better team. They've been the more. Sancho, again, nothing from Jaden Sancho. And that's why Chelsea fans are getting frustrated with Sancho, man. You're in a great situation to create something, but then nothing really comes out. And I think that's why Enzo Maresca has dropped Sancho, right? Before Sancho was starting, but now you can see a change. But now you can see a change, man. You can see a change. Neto with a great ball, but doesn't reach anyone. Oh, we just need another goal from Brighton just to secure these 3 points. Because two goals, Chelsea can score two goals easily. So Brighton, your main thing should be, hey, let's defend properly, but also try and get a third goal. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's actually end this. Put a dagger into Chelsea. Put a dagger into Chelsea. 3-0 would be the perfect victory, man. The perfect result. 3-0. Just putting a dagger into Chelsea, putting a dagger into Chelsea hearts. And we just want to see a situation where you get over the line, man. You get over the line. Put a dagger into Chelsea Football Club. Looks like another injury for Chelsea, man. What's going on? What's going on? And injuries, those are things I never support in football, man. Looks like Reece James is gonna come on, but let's see, man. You can see the face on Maresca. The man is worried. He knows the situation he's under, because if you keep getting injuries, Jackson is already out, right? Looks like Madueke is out. And hey, all and you know that, hey, Nkunku, he won't stay fit for 2 months. I can bet my life on that hey, in 2 months Nkunku will be injured. So Chelsea, they can have a scenario where most of their attacking players are injured, and all they have is what? Sancho and Palmer. That can be a realistic situation, because even Neto, the guy, is injury prone as well. So you can't write off Neto from getting injured before the end of the season. But it's been a great game today, man. Great game. Two teams just delivering quality. Two teams just delivering some class, man. Well, Brighton delivering the class. Chelsea just delivering the entertainment by conceding the goals. And that's what I'm saying with Chelsea. Every time they're attacking, it looks like they're not gonna do anything, man. Nothing at all. Toothless in front of goal. Toothless in the, oh yes, Mitoma. Ah, unlucky. Come on, Brighton. We're still on the attack. We're still on the attack, man. Well, back to Mitoma. We're still on the attack, man. We're still on the attack. Oh, I'm just praying for a third goal, Brighton. Come on, guys. And you see, a player like Mitoma, Ruben Amorim would love him, man, because this guy also tracks back to defend. He has the energy, the pace and power Ruben Amorim wants. And also, he's energetic. He helps defensively. He has that energy up and down, man. Ruben Amorim loves players like that. That's why he hated Rashford, because Rashford, he was so lazy. He was perceived to be extremely lazy. Perceived. Oh, Now Brighton are just passing it around extremely well. Chelsea are getting a bit outplayed in the past 2 minutes, man. The passing has been brilliant in the past 2 minutes from Brighton. Let's just outplay these guys. Let's just look for that third goal so that we can dance with Matoma, man. Dancing Matoma, man. Come on. We just need that final dagger, the Chelsea dagger. Game over. That game over dagger. I just need to see that game over. The game over. It's game over. Matoma on the ball. Oh, come on, Matoma. You have to do better in there. That game over. Play on, says the ref. We're still attacking, man. We're still attacking. Chelsea looking for a free kick. We're still attacking. Play on. Nice. Brighton 3-0. Oh, yes. That final dagger. The perfect scoreline. It's game over for Chelsea, man. Oh, what a game, man. Oh, what a game. 3-0. We were there for the Chelsea funeral, man. Oh, yes. Nah, 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 nah. Chelsea are crying for a free kick. That wasn't a free kick. Play on from the referee. The referee say play on. It's 3-0. Just accept. Chelsea players need to accept the 3-0, man. What a scoreline. What a game. And, Brighton have turned up. Brighton have turned up. Game over for Chelsea. Game over for Chelsea, man. Brighton have turned up. He's on side. And that's what you want to see. What a goal there. What a goal there. There's no foul there. The guy fell on his own. The guy fell on his own, man. Game over. Chelsea, it's game over for you guys. It's game over for Chelsea. What a game. 3-0. You ain't recovering from this. You ain't recovering from this. This is the perfect scoreline. Back-to-back games, Brighton have dunked on Chelsea. Back-to-back games, Brighton have done their job, right? Viva Maresca, my manager Maresca. Just fire this guy and bring in Lampard, man. We know the game plan from the Chelsea owners. Fire Maresca and bring in Lampard. Viva Maresca. Game over for Chelsea. That's what we genuinely want to see, man. Enzo Fernandez is trying to complain his hardest, man. He's trying to, no, it's not a goal. Please, referee. Please, referee. Just accept the scoreline, man. Just accept that it's 3-0. Chelsea destroyed and humbled, man. It's crazy right now. Wow. Neto taken off. Chelsea destroyed and humbled, man. Oh my God. And this is spiritual, though. This is a bit spiritual because a lot of people, they wrote off Brighton. Like, genuinely, a lot of people wrote off Brighton in this game. Like, hey, they thought, hey, this would be a walkover, this and that. Brighton, they won't do nothing. But this has been a genuinely impressive game, a genuinely entertaining game. So, happy to see this. The Chelsea demise, the Chelsea decline, the Chelsea dagger. It's game over right now. Maresca. Oh, 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 oh. Maresca. Yo. Great to see this, man. Great to see this. Come on. And right now, I don't see Chelsea even scoring 3 goals. Let alone like 4. They ain't scoring 4 goals. So a win is out of reach for Chelsea. Even a draw. A draw is out of reach for Chelsea, man. That's back-to-back losses for these guys. We can genuinely smile and say, hey, Brighton, you did your job. Let's hope Aston Villa do their job in the next game. Because we're seeing a situation where Chelsea, You're getting outplayed in a lot of areas, in a lot of situations. This is why we love the Premier League, man. Teams like Brighton, they will humble you if you start underperforming. And a 3-0 defeat, man. That's a real humbler, man. That's a real humbler for Chelsea fans. You've been humbled right now. Damn. Great game. Great game of football. Oh, Brighton, you've turned up. Couldn't be more happy, man. Couldn't be more happy. I just want to see Danny Welbeck get a goal as well. Like, hey, if Danny Welbeck gets a goal today, my guy Matoma already has a goal. We're just praying that Welbeck gets that fourth goal. Oof. Yeah, it's genuinely over right now. For me, there's no coming back for this. And I've been disappointed with Cole Palmer as well. In this game, Cole Palmer hasn't turned up. He hasn't turned up, huh? The manager is the biggest loser in this game because you as the manager tactically you should have improved. You saw that, hey, this is what Brighton did to you in the FA Cup. You haven't learned from that situation. So Enzo Maresca, man, maybe he's just Pep Guardiola's side guy. He's not meant for the top level, man. Enzo Maresca. Because you played Brighton a few days ago. Why haven't you learned from your mistakes? Brighton come here with the same game plan and destroy you the same way. It's crazy. In the FA Cup, they destroyed you like this, but you're so stubborn as a manager, you don't want to recognize that, hey, Brighton, they know what we're doing. They're going to destroy us. Jaden Sancho, that was poor there. You gotta learn from your mistakes as a manager. If this was Ruben Amorim, I would have been upset. Like, yo, if this was Ruben Amorim doing what Enzo Fernandez is doing, a team beats us a few days ago, and then you do the same thing, I would be upset, man. I would be upset. Oh, Matoma, man. Matoma with that Chelsea dagger. Game over for the Chelsea. I think they're giving him man of the match or something. Ooh, ooh, player down for Brighton. Yeah, let's hope Aston Villa do their thing, man. Let's hope Aston Villa do their thing. We really need to see a a situation where Chelsea go 3 games losing streak, man. 3 back-to-back games just losing. Let's hope Aston Villa do their thing in their next game, right? Because this Chelsea humbling, it's been brilliant, man. It's been amazing. It's been unbelievable, and I'm happy with this. Genuinely happy with this Chelsea humbling. Genuinely happy with how Chelsea are being destroyed right now. Ooh, yeah. Right now, the Chelsea players know that it's game over, man. They're just doing this to pretend like they tried to do something in the final minutes of the game, but they know it's game over right now. They know that. They're just they're just trying to get at least one goal back because getting 3 goals, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Especially after like the 70th minute, you praying for 3 goals, it ain't happening. Genuinely ain't happening, man. Fair play to Brighton. They've come out with the dagger and they've humbled Chelsea. But we still have a lot of time on the clock, man. Enough time for our guy Danny Welbeck to get a go. Enough time for a fourth goal. Come on, Brighton. We still have enough time for a fourth goal. Right? If you can get two more goals and make it a situation where it's 5-0, I'm gonna be ecstatic, man. Because Cole Palmer, he hasn't turned up. Sancho hasn't turned up. Most of their attacking players for Chelsea haven't turned up. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Come on, Brighton. We're just begging for two more goals. A 5-0 is what we want. And it, I got to give Brighton some credit, man. You've beaten Man United. You've knocked out Chelsea in the FA Cup, and now you're destroying them again. Kieran Matoma on the counter attack. Pass it now, Matoma. Oh, he should have passed it. You should have passed it, man. My boy Danny Welbeck was open. Come on, Matoma. You should have passed it. My boy Danny Welbeck was open. Oh, he should have passed it. Matoma. Come on. I know, like, hey, in the moment you were seeing a second goal. In the moment, this is Chelsea. He wants to get another goal. You should have passed it, Matoma. Passing the ball would have genuinely gotten us a fourth. Oh, you should have passed it. Should have passed it. Your boy was waiting for it in the foul post. Should have passed it. And the shot, to be fair, was below average. Oh, Pedro. Ooh, João Pedro coming on, man, to seal the deal. João Pedro coming on to seal the deal. Brighton are on fire right now. João Pedro coming on to seal the deal. That final dagger for Chelsea. Oh, what a game, man. What a game. Genuinely, these guys have turned up. Ooh. Crazy, 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 crazy situation there. What a bad pass from the goalkeeper, but the shot wasn't good enough. João Pedro should have done better. João Pedro should have done better there. The shot should have been better. Come on, come on, come on. Let's end Chelsea right now, man. Let's end Chelsea right now. A fourth goal, a fifth goal is still there. Still, and you can see that. I love that frustration from their manager, right? They're 3-0 up, but he's still frustrated that, hey, you're not scoring that fourth goal. I love that from the manager. I love that from the manager. 3-0 up, but he's still upset that, hey, that fourth goal hasn't come. I love that from their manager, man. Brighton, humble Chelsea, destroy Chelsea. This was amazing, man. This was brilliant, man. I'm not gonna lie. Can see the bench on Chelsea, man. They're just looking at the ref and asking the ref, hey, when are you gonna blow the whistle? It's already game over. It's already game over, referee. So when are you gonna blow that whistle, that final dagger? It's already game over. Ooh. I genuinely didn't expect like 3-0. I thought it was gonna be I expected Brighton to win, but I thought it was gonna be like 2-1 or something. 3-0. I didn't expect this, man. Chelsea are worse than I thought. Worse than I thought. Ooh. Look at the way Brighton are actually playing out from the back. they're not even pressured by Chelsea. They're like, hey, this Chelsea pressure doesn't really exist. We're gonna dominate you guys regardless. We're gonna outplay you guys regardless. Your pressure doesn't really matter. We're 3-0 up with 14 minutes to go. It's game over right now. Ah, I won't lie. This is one of the best games I've watched this season, man. Like just based on pure happiness, pure joy of what it's done for me. This is one of the best games I've watched this season. Because Man United's season has been so bad. I've just been depressed, man. But at least Brighton come here, show us something, man. They've shown us something. Ooh, we need one more goal. I think the last game I enjoyed like this was, yes, the Man City versus Real Madrid, but the one under Ruud van Nistelrooy where we destroyed, I think it was Everton or something. Ooh, yeah. Do the Chelsea board stick with Maresca or do they fire him? Because we know that, hey, Chelsea, they're gonna fire a manager. They don't hesitate. So do they stick with Maresca? Because a lot of fans, they're gonna turn on this man. So do the Chelsea board stick with Maresca or do they fire him now? That's the that's the massive decision, right? Because we know this man, he's gonna lose against Aston Villa, right? Chelsea are playing like this. They're gonna lose against Aston Villa, and then that's what, three back-to-back losses. You Brighton have already beaten you twice this month. It's crazy. It's crazy. Ooh, Brighton have already beaten you twice. Oh, this month, man. Maresca under pressure. And we know that, hey, the media, they're gonna rip him apart, man. They're gonna rip him apart. After this, after this loss, hey, he's not surviving the media. Obviously, his press conference after this, they're gonna be asking him so many questions, man. Are you confident about your future? That question is coming from Maresca, man. Are you confident about your future? I know that question is gonna come after this game. What are the tactics to turn this around? Back to back losses against Brighton. We know the questions the media are gonna ask Maresca after this, man. Wow. So by the time United play Chelsea, both managers, if they don't get like some type of winning run, I think one of them will be gone. One of the managers will be gone. Yeah, true. It's more for like Manchester United. Yeah, you're right, bro. Nah, it's only Ruben and Ange under fire right now. Like, yeah. But for Man United, the media is worse. Let's be real. Let's be realistic. For Manchester United, the media is way worse. Like, if this was a Manchester United manager losing 3-0 like this, hey, we know the media would have been, they would have been cooking the man in the press conference. Especially with Man United, it's not only the media, you also have like Gary Neville, he's gonna cook you. Other ex players, they're gonna cook you. So the manager, he has so many people that have opinions on him when you play for Manchester United. Man United is a different animal. Man United is a different animal. Yeah, they might just have sympathy for him for injuries, but Man United is a different animal. If it was United losing 3-0 like this, the manager is getting destroyed in his press conference. He's getting destroyed by the media. Afterwards, people do like reviews, and Sky Sports will be having all these other shows questioning the manager. ESPN will be having all these other shows. Is the Man United manager good enough after losing 3-0 to Brighton? If this was Man United, those would have been the conversations. Is the manager good enough after losing 3-0 to Brighton? If this was a Manchester United manager. But since it's like Maresca, they might just give him sympathy or something, man. Because if this was Ruben, hey, the media are preparing all the stories. All the stories are being prepared by the media. Hey, this is a 3-0 to Brighton. How can the manager still be still have a job? You know what ESPN would say. Yeah, either way, one of these two will have a tough time this week. You're right, bro. Like Ruben and Ange, hey, you're getting pressured this week. This week, whoever loses that game, it's gonna be pressurizing. Chelsea fans already leaving. You can see they're already fed up, man. They're already fed up, Chelsea fans. Already leaving the stadium early. Yeah. Oh, Ange or Ruben, hey, they're gonna have some fire this week. They're gonna have some fire. This whoever loses that game, the media is gonna be attacking you, especially if it's Ruben Amram, right? With Ange, it's not gonna be as much as Ruben Amram. If Ruben Amram loses this, hey, the media are gonna go off. The media are gonna go off on him. So for his own sanity, you need to win this because let's be realistic. Ruben Amram, this man, he sees what Sky Sports say. He sees what ESPN say because this man does interviews on those platforms, right? He does interviews on Sky Sports. He does interviews on ESPN, all these other platforms. So he sees what they say about him. He knows what they say about him after the game. He knows what they're going to say about him. He knows what Gary Neville is going to say. He knows what all these other guys are going to say, right? He obviously, Ruben Amram obviously hears what Gary Neville says. People like, oh, 4-0. Oh, he hits the post. He hits the post. Could have been four. Could have been four. Wow. Entertaining game, man. Could have been 4-0. Yeah, Ruben, he hears what people like Gary Neville say on a regular basis because these are the same people. Gary Neville has interviewed Ruben Amram before, right? So he obviously hears what these ex-players on Sky Sports say about him. He for sure listens to what they say. He for sure because I'm not going on a platform that's always criticizing me for an interview if I'm not okay with it. So he's probably okay with the criticism Sky Sports give him because every week he goes back for an interview. Every week, Ruben Amram, he goes back for an interview on Sky Sports. So he obviously knows what these guys are saying about him and he doesn't really care because, hey, someone like Jose Mourinho, hey, he's not showing up if you criticize him like that. He's not showing up for an interview if you criticize him like that. So yeah, Ruben, he knows what Roy Keane is saying about him. He knows what Post Scholes is saying about him, man. The legends of the club, these guys, The things they say go into the dressing room. We saw what Martinez was doing. He replied to what's his post goes, Lissandro Martinez. So all the players, they know what the ex players are saying about them. When an ex player speaks, it holds weight. These guys literally listen, because some of these guys, they were idolizing people like post goes. They were idolizing people like Roy Keane. So someone like Rashford, if Roy Keane is literally criticizing you, he's gonna hear about that, because Roy Keane was an idol for Marcus Rashford. He obviously listens to what Roy Keane has to say. He obviously listens to what Paul Scholes has to say, especially players from our academy. Ooh, they could have great defending there. Great defending there. Especially players from our academy, they listen to what ex-players have to say about them. Right? Kobe Mano, he's obviously listening to what Paul Scholes has to say. What Post Scholes has to say, and all these other guys, Gary Neville, if he's from, especially the guys from the academy, right? Garnacho, because the academy, the only thing they make you watch is MUTV documentaries. Oh, this is this guy, this is that guy. That's the only thing you're genuinely gonna be watching. Ooh, poor loss for Chelsea. This 3-0. Damn, back-to-back defeats. And you can see Maresca, the gray hair is coming quicker than expected, man. The gray hair from Maresca is coming quicker than expected. The stress is getting to the man. He thought this was gonna be like the championship, winning the league with Leicester City. He thought this was gonna be like the championship. Oh, it's gonna be a walkover. Ah, Maresca, man, falling apart in real time. The man thought this was gonna be like the championship. Oof. Chelsea have been humbled today. Yeah, MUTV only says good things though. That's what they're paid to do. You will never see MUTV literally cooking a player or saying bad things. But I'm just saying that, hey, these academy players, they obviously follow what people like Paul Scholes have to say, Gary Neville have to say, because when they were in the academy, these were the guys that were telling them to emulate. Ooh, be like Paul Scholes. Ooh, be like Gary Neville. Ooh, you need to be like Wayne Rooney. And then when these guys now, a lot of these guys are pundits now. So the players right now obviously listen to what Paul Scholes has to say. They obviously listen to what Gary Neville is saying after the game. A lot of the players, even Jesse Lingard, he admitted this, right? Jesse Lingard, he said, "Hey, yeah, after the game, I cared about what Gary Neville had to say." Jesse Lingard said this himself, like, "Hey, after the game, he cared about what Gary Neville had to say. Him and Pogba cared about what the ex legends had to say." So the players, they listen to guys like Gary Neville. They listen to guys like Paul Scholes, right? The ex legends, the ex players. Jesse Lingard came out to say it. Yeah, after the games, especially when I have a bad performance, I cared about what the ex legends had to say, because they have a massive voice. And you could see sometimes it got to the players, man. Martinez, he responded to Paul Scholes. Sometimes that criticism gets to the players. Because if Martinez wasn't really paying attention to what Paul Scholes was saying, he wouldn't have replied, man. But now he's replying to what Paul Scholes had to say, right? They listen to what these guys have to say on a regular basis, man. Oof. In the final minutes of added time, man. Great game overall, man. It's lived up to expectations. We haven't been Genuinely disappointed. It hasn't been a disappointing encounter, right? I thought this was gonna be a below average game where it's tight, maybe 1-1, maybe 2-1, but hey, Chelsea got destroyed today. Chelsea got destroyed today. Ooh. And with the players, I just advise them to just stop listening to what the media has to say because that's gonna tear you down massively. Like Martinez, stop listening to what Paul Scholes has to say, man. Yeah, true. Gary Neville, like, I think, yeah, he's been a bit more negative with Man United. Gary, and for the players, if you're like a Man United players, just don't listen to what Gary Neville has to say. Don't listen to what Paul Scholes has to say. Just play your game, man. Like obviously that criticism from Paul Scholes is getting to Martinez. That's why he responded. So my advice is that yo, just play your game, man. Don't even listen to what they have to say. Just show up to work, do your thing, and try and be the best football player you can be, right? Because in every aspect of life, when you let the criticism get to your head, hey, it's gonna eat you alive, man. It's gonna eat you alive. With Ronaldo, he's different. He uses criticism to motivate himself. Oh, you don't believe in me? I'm gonna show you. But not a lot of players are like Ronaldo. Criticism will get to them and they'll give up. Oh no, he said this about me. Let me give up. Oh no, he said this about me. Now I'm low in confidence. Not every player is gonna be like Ronaldo where you criticize him and he wants to prove you wrong. Right? Ronaldo was just a different beast. Because even before Ronaldo won a Ballon d'Or, people were questioning him winning an achievement like that. Because there is a video where they were asking him who's the best player in the world. He said me. Before he won the Ballon d'Or, he said me. I'm the best player in the world. Oh, sorry, I'm the best player in history. Something like that. There's a video like that. And then people actually destroying him. Hey, how can you say you're the best player in history? You've never won the Ballon d'Or. You've never won this. Before he won a Ballon d'Or, Ronaldo at Man United, they asked him, "Oh, who's the best player in history in your opinion?" He said himself. He said me. And then people were looking at him like, "Huh? This guy is really really delusional." Yeah, great game today, man. Great game. Chelsea have been battered, bruised, and let's hope they lose against Aston Villa, man. If Chelsea can lose against Villa, I'll be satisfied with that. Extremely satisfied. I'm just praying for that to happen. Chelsea losing to Villa. Maresca is really under pressure if that happens, right? You lose to Villa, and then somehow, if you don't win to Southampton, hey, Maresca might just get fired because Chelsea, their board are more ruthless than us. I don't know how long are people actually giving Ruben Amorim because let's just give a scenario if Ruben Amorim, like, if we're, let's say, 16th or something, right? We finish 16th, we don't win Europa League, and we don't win FA Cup. I think a lot of fans would turn on Ruben. That's why it's just important for him to at least build some type of stability, right? Build some type of stability in the league, win the games you're meant to win. More people would give you time if you win the games you're meant to win. The games like Bournemouth, the lower games, right? The easier games. More people actually give him more time, man. Game over, man. What a game. Chelsea destroyed and battered, man. Big up everybody that actually joined the watch along, man. I'm out, man. Chelsea, this is what we wanted to see. Destroyed, battered, bruised. Game over, man.